Welcome back to the Métropole Grid. My name is Andre. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hold on. Did I do things wrong? Patrick, say something. I think I nailed it, man. You doing? Hey, welcome back to the Métropole Grid. My name is Andre, and I'm joined. Go ahead. I think you were described as being the oh, what was the word? The premier Netrunner sidecar streamer? Oh, sidecar streamer is really good. How could it not be right? Like, hold on.
Now
okay, now you're definitely in. You're 100% in now. Your audio sounds worse than normal.
Maybe that's because I have a stuffed nose.
Maybe. Are we in? Fixed?
I think I'm in. All right, third time's the charm. Hi, I'm
Hey,
Andre,
Pat.
and what? No, Frank. Okay.
April 4th,
Yeah.
2024. Patrick is trying to hit every single Netrunner stream in person in a row. I stopped him square in his tracks today, mind you. For the uninitiated, today is a wild day in Montreal. We got like a foot of snow. And
Yeah, we
like,
got a good winter storm in early April.
and not like light snow, like wet,
No,
heavy
not at all.
snow. Like
Yeah.
across the street, I got a bunch of old ass trees broken, just
Yep.
falling down. Like it's a mess out there.
On
So
my
hope,
way home, I literally had to like crawl under like trees that were knocked over and like covering the street and the sidewalk.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's I was joking. So Rohit, I believe, is coming to town and should be showing up too. We have a CO this weekend. And I was like, it's meant to be nice weather because I heard it was meant to be like 24 or something. Maybe I didn't even look it up. April snow can go kick rocks. I want summer already. Axie, how's it going? Up north, do you even have summer? Axie's from far up north, further even than us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. How's it going, y'all? Let me just catch up on chat. Pat, it's been a
Yeah.
minute. This is like really last minute. Pat was like coming home from a thing. And so like he doesn't even know what's scheduled for the stream. Like normally we talk about
That's
the
right.
stream
Normally we
details
talk
are gonna
about it.
be.
Normally I like suggest something and you say, actually, I have something better to do. But like this time we didn't even go through that rigmarole. And so I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of worried.
I do want to say, so I shouted this out on Tuesday, but a week ago, Patrick was in Boston. We'll talk about your Boston trip, I guess, in a moment. But he dropped by Sengren SC and was on stream on a Tuesday night when I was at GNK playing, which was a really funny push notification. Right. I want to go on record to say that I think the two of you built the worst deck Sengren has ever played on stream. By a mile.
Yeah, I saw
terrible.
you mention that. We can discuss that. We can break it down. We can figure out what we liked and what we didn't like, and try building it again on this stream.
You see, Jeff's improv skills were just like straight yes and with no buts, and so we got so far into it. It was very funny to watch. I'm glad you had a good time. It seemed good.
Yeah, I did have a great time. I think Jeff and I we got a pretty good chemistry going. And I just want to say, like, a lot of people were worried about you and I when I appeared in that stream, and I just want to like let everyone else know, like, you and I have an agreement. Like, once we cross the border, the vows that we may have taken in one country do no longer apply. And so, you know, I have a second family. I mean, I stream with Jeff if I'm in Boston, and you're my Canadian stream.
I'm okay with that. Canadian marriage law is good. Sometimes the things we do for tax purposes, you know. I do want to shout out for you segment too. The tier list video, the first part of the corporation cards, the official. What's the set called? Rebellion Without Rehearsal tier list will be up on Jeff's channel. There's no premiere, but it'll be tomorrow at noon Eastern. So that'll be coming soon, and then we'll have the runner side. Yeah. On the Métropole Grid Monday morning. So if you're waiting for that, why don't you go subscribe to Sengren SC? I'm behind on chat, Patrick. We got to catch up on chat. You ready?
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. Well,
hey, Kyle,
where are you starting at?
At the beginning. Firstly, Lucille, here at Thought Surfer Rotated. I'm always waiting there. I know Lucille's going to be in chat. Also, Lucille, I know that you played Awakened Dreamers in person. How I can imagine how one does it, but can you describe how you did it? Because for those who don't know, there is some really good April Fool's cards. I think you have to just like keep rolling dice. And just map them onto the cards. It'd be really funny. You could actually make a die because I think there's only like 5 or 6 basic actions that you can just do it over and over again. Kyle,
but once you play a card, you have to like randomly determine what server to attack or what card to target. There's a lot.
Well, most run events you get to choose when you play it, right? So it's not as bad as you think.
Okay.
Because when you play Dirty Laundry, you don't have to, you just play the card and then you decide where to Dirty Laundry.
Oh, wait, you still decide where you're dirty laundering? I see. Okay, I missed that part of it.
Yeah, the Turing Complete AI just launches the actions. So it'll tell you which card that you have to play or install, which you have to randomize out of your hand. But when you play Dirty Laundry, it doesn't tell you. It just does the basic action to play Dirty Laundry, then you decide. So it's pretty good. Kyle, my guess is free shenanigans. I often listen to Andre's stream at work because I choose not to skip the intro music because the music's too catchy. Glad you like the music. It's been a while since we've curated it. I put some effort to make sure it's music that I don't mind. Sometimes it gets silly. I'm glad you're liking it. Frank, the music's pretty good. How's it going, Frank? Hopefully you're staying safe as well. That song reminds me a little bit of the Shatter game OST. I'm not sure I know what
Shatter
is.
The Shatter game OST. Yeah, I'll look it up at the same time.
That
Shatter game.
Shatter seems to be like a breakout game. That song specifically reminds me of The Finals, which is like a modern shooter game that has like really good synth pop music to it. Yo, Jenny, how's it going? Hey, Asphyxia. Hey, it's Pastor Lucas. How's it going? We can't hear Pat. Is that a catastrophe? And that is a catastrophe. The catastrophe. Perfect volume. We're back on. Hey, Bean Bean. All good now.
Hmm.
Stay safe. Thank you. Loving the glimpse of the
There we
sun here in
go.
the UK. Oh, yeah. Thursday.
Oh,
I think the UK gets sun once. That's good.
yeah, they get once a week as a treat in April only.
Bless it. Rohit says Lamau. Yeah. Hopefully you're kind of warm there, Rohit. Hopefully you're prepared for this. Pat
Hmm.
showing up in a number of streams is a Pat turn.
There we go. Yeah, I like that.
Hey, Jay, how's it going? Hey, Pat. Hey, chat. What's going on here?
Hmm.
We're going to be playing some Central Pressure Criminal, Patrick. I'm going to reveal it. Mind you,
Okay.
I didn't talk about this too much. We have an event on Sunday. Are you playing on Sunday, Patrick?
Is that the CO?
Yeah.
I think I want to. I'm not sure if I'm definitely going to, but we'll
Okay.
see. Yeah, we'll
How'd you
see.
do the GNK? I won my first C and I was pretty excited about it. Yo, Ryan,
Mm.
congratulations. Startup or standard? I know you play a lot more startup. So we had a small CO. It was like 12 players, which is pretty good. It was on a Tuesday night. We played 3 rounds of double-sided Swiss, so 6 games. I came in first. I went undefeated. So I want to show you the decks I played. We talked a bit about this. I talked last stream about Owl Carver. I feel like Rogue Trading Seb is one of my favorite decks, but I don't think it's
Mm.
particularly good because I think it's very, very slow. I think I was lucky to play against, I played against like PE, which ground me down pretty good. I played against Thunderbolt, which is very slow. And then I played against a Daojin rushing out with like Reeducation Neurospike. And I was very, very close to dying. I had to make a ridiculous play, but I was very, very lucky I won that game. But I just find this to be too slow, which is a problem. But the other deck I played that I actually really quite liked is the sort of hollow cohort combo fast advance off the table, off the top of the deck, Epiphany. I don't
Oh,
think
cool.
it's a tier 1 deck, and I think I need to tune this a fair bit. I think the version I played was slightly different. I don't know if I've updated in here. I don't think I updated it in JNet or on NRNDB, but I don't play Vlad. Sorry, I didn't play Arella Salvatore. I think I played a third Predictive Planogram. I played maybe a third Rashida. I think this deck actually should be playing the Mandate because the Mandate allows you to fast advance with Restore when you're on threat 3, which is actually pretty good because scoring out your last Blona from hand is a bit tricky without setup and the runner leaving something on the table. This deck is
I'm
incredibly
very
fun.
curious. I'm very curious to start playing Epiphany with some of its new tools. I like that. Looks pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the most competitive thing. It's pretty fun though. I played against like 2 Mercuries. We're gonna be playing Mercury today, that's for sure. And you know, broken record. I don't know what it's gonna take for me to be happy about Mercury, right? Like it was
Okay.
game 1 where my opponent inside jobbed, rezzed ice on R&D and stole 5 points.
Mm.
I just don't understand how I'm ever gonna feel good about that. Like inside job across a ping and steal 5 points from R&D. Like,
So that's why this is a Patrick stream, because like I'm here to like
yeah,
keep your
exactly.
emotions level, keep you sane a little bit.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. Sub, can't wait for the tier list. Oh, Bean, sick. Congrats, thank you. Hello, great. Hello, Patrick. Had an app on my phone generating random numbers. We did a lot of random number generation. Oh, that makes sense. I think that's faster than rolling dice.
Probably, yeah.
The Aesop's Jeitinho idea from Jeff cracked me up, but then got me thinking.
I only heard a bit of that, right? That was like Jeitinho can constantly be reinstalled, so you might as well trash it with Aesop's, right? Like
might as well.
But it still costs a click and a credit, so it's not like the most efficient. It's not like Harbinger.
Great.
It's not great,
No.
but it's funny. It's like if you're trying to justify one Jeitinho in a kit, that's a pretty funny way to do it.
So like, it's interesting because it's a card that will never run out as much as bypass will run out. So even going to late game and having that as your thing to do doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Maybe you're playing Masterwork and it draws a card, installs for free. Like I don't think so. But I do think there is some merit in a Swiss tournament to play a single copy of Jeitinho in your deck and install it. Because then your opponent like actually has to play the game entirely differently.
Yep.
Like they slow down. Like it does fundamentally change the game. But I'd argue if someone installs a single Jeitinho, I do not change my game pattern. Once the second one comes down, that's when I start playing the game differently. So I don't even know if that's actually worth anything.
Interesting.
Hey Jam, Patrick plus a knife. I'm excited to see this one works better than the US version.
Yep. Zorpox loves the YTV patch. It's actually a Video and Arcade top 10 sweater with the YTV patch on my arm, of course.
What's video game? I don't know too much about this stuff.
Video game and Arcade top 10 was a show on YTV. It was hosted by a guy named Nicholas Pickles.
Yeah, I've heard this. You've told me about this.
So like kids would come on and they'd compete to play video games, but they weren't like, this was like before speedrunning was even a known concept broadly. So they'd like, okay, let's see who can get farthest in like Pokemon Red and Blue, and like obviously none of them are going to make it past like the first two Poke Center because that takes like an hour, but they have half an hour.
Is this
And
like
then
the
in the meantime,
Wizard?
they yeah, it's like the Wizard. It's
God.
like the Wizard, and at the same time, like there'd be news about new game. Like that was the way I got information about video games when I was a kid, and about like new music and movies and stuff too. But it was just like, hey, if you're a nerd, we're gonna make you feel cool for half an hour once a week. And Nicholas Pickles was a very charismatic host. Do I think now he still goes by the stage name Nicholas Pickles, but he's a radio host in Buffalo.
I found him, Nicholas Pickless, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm. Yep,
Yeah,
that's him.
the whole idea of like a game show around video games. I know GameSpot had one for a while. Obviously, like
Hmm.
that's not on broadcast television. That was like the late 2010s maybe. Um there's something to it. It's weird that like there's been no format in which it's made sense.
Yeah, I know in the UK there was one that got kind of resurrected with Rab Florence hosting it. Rab Florence is important to me because he is the writer on Rock Paper Shotgun that got me into Netrunner, and
Oh,
so
cool.
he was hosting a video game TV show. Let me see if I can find what it was called. I guess it's called Games Master. Yeah, it's just called Games Master. Got
Like,
resurrected in 2021. Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
this
That's
looks
it. Yeah. So
horrible.
yeah, I mean the 2021 one. I saw a few episodes of it. It was pretty funny, but not gonna keep my interest. But I
This was in the
enjoyed that someone tried.
90s.
Yeah, and replaced in 2021 with.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this seems like a 90s idea. That's
Oh,
sick.
it very much is. Yeah, I really wanted this to be like something I really got into, but in the end, I kind of just like let it die.
Yeah. I know there's like
Still,
some bad TV shows of like nerd contest or something that you see out
mm,
of, context clips on Reddit or whatever. Yeah, okay. Jising, Vlad Grid is fascinating in the context of this deck. I didn't mind Vlad Grid. I found out that
mm,
when I was playing Stoke the Embers, I had an additional advancement counter that I would put it on there. And install advanced events is fundamentally something they have to run in trash. So
yep,
it's like not the worst play. It also sometimes install advanced events in a naked remote server and asset spam. Like it just looks like an NGO front, as weird as that
mm,
is. And so you don't really want to run it in Epiphany. You don't have a reason. And so I fast advance out Bologna's by install advanced advancing without ice. Like you can do weird stuff with it. Vlad Grid's a bit more flexible. And also the deck specifically is running remastered edition. So even install
mm-hmm,
advance allows you to do some weird stuff with remastered edition. It's kind of cute. I kind of liked it a bit more than I thought it would. Especially,
cool.
yeah, Stoke the Embers stuff. Fortunately, it was the old meta. TAI startup was lovely. TAI
Hey,
startup was a good
Cror.
time. Still not very settled on RWR yet because of putative strength. Is putative the strongest thing? I have no idea what's going on with
I
startup right now. The fact
I
that
haven't.
like,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't. Yeah, I do not consider it startup anymore, but I really need to get it back into that for sure.
it's strange because it's smaller. And so like all the
Hmm.
things that you would play that were just like, quintessentially what I think of when I think of startup, like, can you play Essa? No. So Anarchist, what, Seb and
Mm.
Quetzal Reina? Like, what are the options? There's only like 3 options.
And Lou,
Well, Lou, yeah, of
yeah,
course.
Lou was there too, and you've got Audrey and stuff like that. Like you've got
Yeah.
options.
Stop focusing on ice bypass gameplay. Focus on the abs.
Hmm.
Windbreaker Aesop's engine. It does feel very hard to tech against Mercury Crimp bypass, especially in the early game. But the thing is, like, I don't think you really want to tech against it. Like, I don't think you put 2 ice on R&D to play around inside job and then res both ice, right? Like, you just don't do it. And so then the play pattern of seeing 2 cards just pays you off. I don't know what to do about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, gym goals. Man, it was such a toxic hot mess behind the scenes. Brennan, what
Uh,
was?
yeah. Are you talking about Games Master, Video and
Probably
Arcade
Games
Top 10?
Master. Yeah.
I guess so. Must have been.
I can say that I'm
Don't.
really sad that the Dex
Yeah.
DJ Seb deck didn't make the deck of the week. Big shame. Yeah, I want to try out Seb's deck of the
Mm.
week. Or sorry, Seb's DJ Steve deck or DJ Az
What?
deck. We got through
Oh,
it.
okay. I thought we were talking about a Seb deck using DJ.
We are, but it's also posted by
What?
Sebastian K,
Okay.
who
I
posted
see.
an Az deck that DJs into Seb, which is like a thing that was worth exploring when the set came out because you
Oh,
can
that's a fun
consistently
idea.
get
It's
DJ
cute.
Fenris with Meeting of the Minds, and you have a lot of connections.
Hmm.
So why the heck not? I think we played against it once. I think Tron played it into us, and we lost pretty bad as much as we were playing Thunderbolt, or something like this. But yeah, like. It's weird. It doesn't look like anything, but it's probably faster than Seb. It's also strange that it's on
Yeah.
Hermes because it just isn't running enough hardware to play Masterwork, which I don't think I've ever played an Az deck
Hmm.
without Masterwork.
So
Hey,
how
Card.
is it like? How is it taking tag? I guess I see privilege access, Eru,
Rogue trading.
rogue trading, of
Hopper,
course. Yeah.
single hop pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of it. I also think that there's an Az deck that you could play that's like, it's weird because I think the shell actually exists in multiple decks. Like I think you can play
Mm-hmm.
Az with 3 hop pursuit. You can play obviously Valentina for Cavallo. You can play Thunder Art Gallery, and then you can just play
Mm-hmm.
Aguaceres Crew, and you can recur Aguaceres Crew because not only do you have Aguaceres Crew, you have Bachlan Botchkin. So you have like a lot of different connections that invalidate ice in really mean ways that pay off.
Yeah.
Like Bachlan Botchkin is actually a pretty reasonable Seb card as much as it is 3
Mm-hmm.
influence, which is a problem. So we'll
But
see.
if you're running Seb out of As, then it's free. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I'm convinced by this entirely.
I'm trying Trust out in place of Restore. I think we saw a couple decks posted recently with Trust Operation. It's obviously very good into Seb if Seb is floating tags, which doesn't seem what Seb is to be doing. This card, unfortunately, is just a lot of influence, but it is technically better than Restore by a mile. It's just like you're restoring on every board state as opposed to tag punished board states. But this card is good if you can get to fire consistently, that's for sure. RWR starter has no Stone Ship and no Steel Skin. Lol.
Oh yeah. So there's no damage reduction, damage mitigation.
You have T400. I think that's it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
That's wild. Every tool in battle to battle startup left. No steel skin, no stone ship, and Nuva can money almost every runner enough to pull it off with easy recursion with Archives, Basalt Spire. Oh, right, because Archive Memories isn't banned in startup. Yeah, so you have to play like Heliamphora, but even then you lose to Punitive on Central. So I think you have to play like T400 Heliamphora. I'm guessing. Yeah, Basalt Spire Punitive allows for 6 meat damage in 1 run. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, you just have to have money up. You know, don't be poor. It's as easy as that
That
in
easy.
Netrunner and in life.
Is Mercury Tech ice with on and counter effects more than subroutines? No, because Inside Job gets around on and counter stuff. JM, how's it going? That's the problem. It's like Inside Job is one of the few cards that invalidates nearly every single ice besides on res stuff. So things like ping, which like, okay.
Yep.
And then things that fire on pass. So like, okay, Anansi, Faunatria, Cloud Eater, marginally. Like there's not a lot you can do about it. And then defensive upgrades doesn't make any sense because if you're playing like Mana Garms and Anoetics on R&D to stop Inside Job C2, like how are you going to win the game of the remote server, which also can be Inside Jobbed? Like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Aurora, I don't understand startup. The format confuses me. Is it supposed to be simpler, but the deck building restrictions make it feel trickier? Yeah, Aurora, I don't like there's a chance a startup could be more skill testing or more difficult or more lopsided. Like there's a big chance that that's true.
Yeah, what do you mean by deck building just like the smaller card pool? Is that what you mean by deck building restrictions? Okay, yeah, sure.
It's just like try to build an Anarch deck and then you realize, well, I'm playing all the good Anarch cards, and so then like admittedly to some extent cards or decks are going to look a bit more homogenous. I imagine
I think that's still good in a way, but like I still like a meta where like, okay, yeah, let's say there's like 3 or 4 solved good decks per faction, like then it becomes like a chess match every single time, and I think that's pretty fun too. But I don't think that's what people wanted of a startup. I think what people wanted of a startup is like new player exploration, like this is what you tell beginner players is like the next step, and so like yeah, you don't want to introduce them to like high stakes chess match where a single card wrong in your deck means instant death or something like that.
Well, I just think more of the issue is potentially, and I haven't played startup, is right, like with the rotation of ESA, you lose an entire like card pool, entire archetype. Like, is Seb playable in startup? Maybe, but if Seb is not playable in startup, like the Anarch card pool is tiny. You know what I mean? And that's like a feature, is that it's a small card pool, so it's approachable. But I think that's kind of the point, right? Like NSG isn't exactly designing. I don't think they're balancing around startup. That's meant to be more about the startup balance team. I'm pretty sure that happens after the fact. Don't quote me on that, citation needed. But if people play startup and they think like, I want something more, to me, that's admittedly a success. I think that's an easier success to like celebrate maybe in a couple months when there's no FFG product. So you don't feel bad, you know, proxying is like, you know, a bit of work. But yeah, I don't know. I know last season, when, you know, before Endurance was banned and Drago and all that sort of stuff, we would say like, I do not recommend as a newer player to go into startup. I'd recommend going straight into standard. Whether that's still the same way right now, I couldn't tell you because I don't know enough about standard right now. But it's yeah.
You know what's interesting about startup right now also is that like it's at the smallest card pool it's going to be at for a while, but it's also going to be at this size for longer than it ever has been, because like once we get to Dawn and system update rotates out, like that's not going to change the size of the card pool. It'll change the content, but like it'll still feel tight. Like it'll still
Yeah.
feel like a very tight format, and that might be that might be just as difficult. I mean, I'm excited for Dawn, and like I'm sure it's going to shake things up quite a bit, but yeah, it's a small format, and like by the time Dawn comes out, like people might as well play Standard because Standard will be at the smallest it's ever
Yeah.
been.
Exactly.
But in a way that's like there's still so much flexibility, whereas Startup will be small, but like in a way that makes you think, I'm not sure how flexible this is.
I do want to shout out when system update rotates and is replaced with Dawn. I think the
Mhm.
card pool is going to functionally get bigger because I do think system update does have a lot of cards that see no play in
It
any format.
it does have some cardboard, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a mixed bag. But
Mhm.
yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
Standard is
But
going to
we
be
don't know.
small.
I don't want to say that like for sure every card in Dawn is going to be like 100% good, because
Yeah,
like for System Gateway, you have cards in Gateway that work so well in Gateway, but don't really translate outside.
like what?
Like Smart Word Distributor. Like that's a card that the people I've been teaching the game to
Love.
absolutely love.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. But like you don't play that in a standard deck. You don't even play that in a startup deck. So I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen all the cards in Dawn, but like I wonder. I think that's part of the philosophy. Is like, yeah, this is the set you buy after Gateway. This has to be functional as like its own kind of format as
The
well. And
thing
I
is,
think,
like, if you ask me say somebody bought Gateway and they're like, what next product should I buy? I would tell
Mhm.
them to pick up a cycle. I wouldn't say to pick up system update.
No, me neither.
Yeah. But
I
I
think
agree
picking up
that's the
Midnight's
intention.
yeah, I think picking up Midnight Sun is actually going to get you a huge amount
Yeah.
of value right away.
Yeah, besides the fact that startup doesn't work for you anymore, which is the problem. Like you
Mm.
should recommend, Liberation Cycle and startup, but like I don't think I'd recommend Liberation as the next set for it's not that bad.
I don't know. I feel like
TAI is good for startup.
yeah, probably. But you're right. Like if I'm going to recommend to a new player, I tell them to get into startup. Except no, because you don't want them to get in startup, you want to play standard. So you tell them to get Midnight Sun, and then they say, "So this is what I need to play startup," and then you say, "Oh no, no, no." But then they've already spent money. Sunk cost
Yeah, that
fallacy
gets them.
comes into play.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Now
I'm
they
in for the
have to
long
play
haul,
startup.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Cool Lava says if you float a tag, you're dead though, right? The trash DJ in your deck no longer works.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to play
You
like dummy box and
you do
not float
have
a tag.
Seb's second ability active though, so it does cost them extra to trash the DJ. But yes, you don't want to stay tagged because then your whole strategy falls apart.
Yeah, that being said, you have some cool stuff you can do. Like you can no free lunch on their turn to fire Thunder Art
Mm,
Gallery. Like with Criminal, you actually can remove tags on tempo a bit better, which is kind of neat. But
yep.
hey Bing Bunkle, Bachlan is sick.
Mm,
Bachlan is really cool. And I think Bachlan is actually kind of interesting to be a more aggressive Seb deck, which is a problem I've been having with Seb. I'm behind on chat.
mhm,
Hey Gyro. I haven't seen the Seb tag chain happen, but it seems logical. Just get installs off both ways. The problem to me with Seb and Thunder Art Gallery is that like Seb already is really, really clumsy.
mhm,
And so having a hand where you have, firstly, you've already installed a connection because you've taken a tag. Then you have to use Thunder Art Gallery. Then you have to have another card that you want to install, lowering it by 1. And that card probably isn't going to be a connection because you probably wanted to install that card when you took a tag on the next turn when, to get Seb to fire. So I think specifically in where you're playing a lot of smaller cards like No Free Lunch and
mhm,
like flip switches and stuff like that, Thunder Art Gallery feels a bit better. But it's actually really hard in my experience to get Thunder Art Gallery value in like Anarch Seb, just because like you need so much card draw to make sure that you have enough cards to work with. Seb's ability, gaining a tag, removing a tag, and then an additional install with tag, which is kind of difficult.
mm.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky. It's really, really tricky. Is it good enough without Seb? It might be Cold Lava. Like we played as Amakua. I don't think there's that great payoff in the set if you're going to play tags, remove tags. You have some nice connections. Eero's good. Manuel Lachis is good. I think NSG should consider increasing startup card pool a little bit, especially during those block transition periods. It's too restrictive. Yeah, I don't know if I would mind, right? When the block transitions, if it just is open for a bigger, right? Like, would startup be better if it was 2 sets? And then once the first half of the third set, then it drops down and loses a set?
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, we've got people like, well, you do have like a startup like committee
Yeah.
who are thinking about these things. And I'm sure that's something that's come up. I don't know. I don't
Mhm.
want to speak for them, but like, if people do want to keep startup alive, then that would be a fun way to do it. Just say, okay, so now also Parhelion is still in the format, just for fun. just to
Yeah.
keep it like large in some way.
Admittedly, though, if they start doing that like later this year, the difference between startup and standard is going to be pretty marginal. It's going to be like
Yeah,
1.5
exactly.
sets. Like it doesn't make any sense at that point,
Well,
which is
once
its own
again, it
thing.
will actually only help standard recruitment.
Yeah, it's gonna
It's
be
like,
sick.
yeah, you might as well. Just like, come on, you might as well.
Kyle, isn't imp still legal? Like imping the agendas in startup? I think it is,
Mm,
but I think only like one deck plays imp, and then archives doesn't work really, right?
yeah,
How's it going,
and
by the way?
there's still a lot of recursion in startup with RWR. So like,
Yeah,
yeah, you aren't stealing them right away, but like they're also easy to get back.
it's Patrick from the Asynchronous Stream. Hey, Joe.
That's right. Yeah, I'm kind of slumming it up here in Canada now. I'm hoping to get back to Boston soon. Hang out some more there.
Spin Doctor Descent saves your agenda now, so you don't need to save it. Archive memories, Basalt Spire. Yeah, just need to snatch the punitive accumulation. It's just that easy. Rona, how's it going? How's your Marvel Champions now? You got in yet? Seb is playable in startup, Cror says. Okay, that's good to hear. Seb is playable because he's the only Anarch that can be rich enough to survive versus punitive somewhat consistently. One of the only runners, full stop. It's him and Aesop's Tau or Ari. How is Seb getting that much money in startup? My only problem with startup is that it feels a bit like I'm failing to make the right decks that they've designed specifically for. I could see how that feels. It's just like with smaller card pool, right? Like the synergy packages are a bit more narrow, that you have to build something that's a bit more, I think, signposted. I'd imagine. Ash's startup felt wide enough, and it was the same size as currently, but Ash's runners were Hosh and Lat, so you could just build whatever they want and draw cards. Yep, that's a really big point, is that a lot of the IDs right now, like Seb, Asa, back before rotation, are a fair bit more focused. We don't really have generalist IDs as much as like Criminal. Sable was generalist ID. Mercury isn't generalist.
Yeah, that's true. Even someone like Loop, which I think is more generalist than
Just say
Seb
Loop.
or I said Loop, please.
Why?
Please.
We
Loop
live in Quebec. You can't say Loop.
Yeah, okay, but I went on vacation and came back with an accent.
Oh no! Why do people say Loop? They know better. Is it?
I know.
Okay. It took a while, about a year, to go from startup to standard. I really enjoy the smaller card pool and learning about themes without having to go all in. Lucas, I think going to a bigger card pool would be easier if you had guidance. And I think the Métropole Grid has not done a good job at that. But it's the sort of thing where we were talking abstractly like a year ago. If you go into standard, you want to play Wayland, these are 5 cards you have to care about. That is a really nice way to get in. But unfortunately, there's not a lot of content like that. New plan, make the April Fool's card startup legal. Boom, format solved. Hire me NSG. Cror is talking to recruitment.
Yep, to prevent that from ever happening. Thank you, Jai.
System update had unplayable chaff like PPVP/S. Yeah. You heard it first. Every down card is going to be goated. I'm really behind. Karuna.
No.
Pink Bunko. Karuna actually saw some standard play in the last season because it was just good. It was annoying against Carmen. Like Carmen breaks us for the same price as it breaks Anansi.
Yeah. Now, the other Jinteki Ice, which I'm kind of afraid to say because I've already been called out for one pronunciation tonight, that definitely never saw play, right?
Oh, I know which one. No, not really, but especially not now. Diviner, right?
Yeah, it's Diviner.
Yeah. The local ban list problem has been such a recurring issue with startup with Borealis. It was like Bow Drago, etc. Now we're on punitive. Yeah, I think with the smaller card, that's the thing. Like that also comes up with the smaller card pool. Like the smaller the card pool, the more pronounced the problematic cards are, because the more likely you are to end on its doorstep when you're looking for a win condition. Because like the set as a whole, how many win conditions does it have? It's probably countable.
Yeah, and the less likely there are to be cards that can counter it. Like we were saying, like there's no Steel Skin, there's no Stone Ship and stuff like that. But I like the idea of like local meta saying like, okay, amongst us, we are tired of punitive. Let's move on to something else.
We're moving local group to standard when Dawn drops. We made the executive decision very on when building as a local group from scratch to focus on NSG only world. Yeah, Lucille, there's gonna be a lot of people in your shoes. Hey Tron, that's really cool. Half the time I use Thunder Arch, just install NFL flip switch. Yeah, I think that's fine though, Solomir. Also, this should be Diviné, no?
Ah oui, c'est vrai, c'est Diviné.
C'est Diviné? I think startup is fine as here's a slightly larger sand pit to play in. The thing is, the issue only resolves when you start getting competitive. Yeah, once you start trying to win like consistently.
I guess that is a problem in almost every game, yeah.
Some more than others. I don't think it's standard is that big of a problem right now. Let's pretend this is Euro friendly. Nope. Good evening. How you doing? Shiny stream. Welcome. Hopefully you're getting your sleep. Tag dance wasn't finicky enough. Yo, Kyle, I hear you so bad on that. I'm almost caught up on chat. We're gonna get into Decklist of the week. It's a good one. If you did that startup, would be a ban Ashes standard. So I honestly think it would still have some appeal. I'm kind of on the ban Ashes boat. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm okay with like also rotating Ashes when we get to Dawn. Honestly. I
Yeah.
think that would do a lot for the game.
Oh man, Axie's been saying loop all the time. Damn it. And I think he's doing it on purpose. He's really getting me. How do you actually pronounce loop? Pearl,
Lou,
actually.
Lou,
It's Lou.
Lou,
Just like
Lou.
Lou. Like in English, the name
Yeah.
Lou. Because Lou is a wolf in French, right? Like a loup-garou
Yeah.
is a werewolf.
Loup-garou
Lou.
is a werewolf.
Just
Yeah.
imagine it's written like this, like Lou. That's it. Nothing
Yeah.
weird to it. You don't have to
It,
like
when you're
do anything
speaking
you
in
can't do.
French, yeah, when you're speaking French, the L lives on the front of your tongue, like Lou.
Yeah, it's like
But
kind
when
of
you're speaking
to me like that.
Jou,
Oh, a soft
Mm.
J there. Like you.
okay,
Not
Jou.
really.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna try it.
Yeah. I'm not French
Cute
first
loop.
language. I'm barely French second language. But yeah, just Lou. Just say Lou. Just like you would in the English name.
I have to put another dollar in the loop jar. Damn it!
Oh.
I've got so many jars. I've got the diviner jar. I've got the loop jar.
You have 3 credits, so I do not like you have 3 credits. Oh, yo, so Pat,
Mm.
NB Kelly messaged me about this because I had so many questions about how I don't know if you played with the cards for the unhinged set, but NB Kelly, let me just read what they said.
Yeah, go ahead.
So firstly, NB Kelly did the implementation of about 140 or so more cards, tested them out just to figure out like what worked on JNet. 140 cards. The ideas came from NSG playtesters in the downtime after RWR testing ended. So a bunch of those ideas come from different places and different people. They said I did or stole all the art. The MS Paint frames are from AMS, I think. Some of the frames are from Grendel, and the rest is edited in GIMP. And other than testing the cards basically functioned, there was 0 playtesting involved. So all the cards just went up. It was implemented by NB Kelly, and then just hoping hope it works out. And honestly, so far everything we've seen works really well, and it's really, really cool. I think I've also been told that I have until Christmas to think of a card because NB Kelly says that they're going to do the same thing next year. So I got to come up with an unhinged card for the upcoming unhinged set, and I'm so stoked for it.
Oh yeah, you've got ideas, I'm sure.
Patrick, as someone who's been in Montreal for all of 15 minutes,
yeah,
I must tisk you for your pronunciation.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've also been in Montreal for less than 15 minutes. You know, I just got in from the colonies, and I'm trying to shake the accent so I don't feel like such a tourist here. You know.
Implication that Standard has uncountably many win cons. Yeah, that's not exactly true, but you know. Replace Ashes with Lunar, it'll be fine. Honestly, imagine NSG did that. They're like, we're just gonna dig up an old set for fun. Obviously that'll never happen, but there's some of the old sets are quite charming.
Honestly, you could make currents legal again if it's only Lunar, right? Like, what are the problematic currents in Lunar? There's maybe like the one that blanks the runner ID.
What's the one that Quentin Smith I think has a review for? The lose a click one. The HB one?
Encryption protocol?
That's not what that's called. Encryption protocol's an asset, no?
No, yeah, you're right. The one that says like unless you use a run event,
enhanced login.
Enhanced login, thank you, yeah.
So this is from Lunar. The quote is from Quinn's. This is my dude Quentin Smith from Shut Up Sit Down and the RPG thing I don't know the name of just yet. The only card where after a game my opponent had picked it up and mimed tearing it in half in Animal Rage. In a corp deck with a decent few assets, this card is breathtakingly annoying. Give it a try or don't and enjoy your innocence. Stay young. I was like you once. It was so beautiful. Yeah, this thing's a pain in the ass. This one does it's really annoying. But it was cool. It was annoying.
Quinn's new channel is Quinn's Quest, and it is top quality stuff. If you are remotely interested in tabletop RPGs, it is very good. Also, if you're just interested in like Quinn's brand of video humor, like it is a return to form for him in a really strong way, I think.
Yeah, he clearly was like very passionate about tabletop gaming, which is not a field that I really know much about, but I'm like stoked that he figured out what he really likes and can focus on it the way he is.
Honestly, I think just watch the Wildsea review, like because it is entertaining as a video, not just as like a review of a product you will never play.
Yeah, his enthusiasm is really infectious on most things he talks about like that.
Yeah.
You'll take my Hyobu for my cold dead hands. I like to say lupe, like lupe, like a
lupe, yeah.
Yeah, when talking on NR to my French friends, fantastic. René Arsemont. Oh man,
I really opened a can of verre today.
A can of what?
Yeah,
a can of glass.
No, it's the word for worms and glass. It's basically the same word.
Oh, and verre. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a homophone.
All right, you take 3 net damage. New ID. We need an unhinged offer you can't refuse. Oh yeah, that actually is really cool. We need something that like forces you to do the rules timing backwards. Just like this card says priority is flipped. Good luck. All right. I heard a can of green. Yeah, a vert, a green glass of worms. French is cool.
Don't mind if I do.
Chat
That's
really
a delicacy here.
Quinn's Quest. The Wild Sea is my favorite TTRPG. That game is sick. Is that the one with the trees?
Yeah,
or no?
the trees have taken over the world, and you ride chainsaw ships through the canopy.
Yeah.
Been trying to get a game of that going for a while now.
Sorry.
And what's really unfortunate is that like I couldn't get a game of Wild Sea started before the Quinn's Quest review, and now everyone's gonna think I'm a joiner because Quinn's did his review. I'm like, no, I thought it was cool before.
Anytime that I have a board game before Shut Up and Sit Down puts a positive review and then like knocks it out of the market, I have to tell everyone that it was my idea. Yeah,
absolutely.
French stream for next April Fools. All right, Patrick, let's talk about this deck. We finally caught up. This is Sid 7. Do you know who Sid 7 is?
I've seen the name a lot.
Okay, that's Jason, Joyride Ford. So we're amongst hallowed grounds here. This is pretty cool.
Of course, yeah. The designer of Joyride.
So that's not a knife. It's a Sable deck, and this is supposedly the most competitively viable to date Jeitinho deck. Jeitinho, I think is how we say it. So we know the drill here. So the question is like everyone's been playing weird, bad Jeitinho decks, right, Pat?
People have been playing some pretty consistent and great Jeitinho decks. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's it.
So
all right. Well, thanks for the stream, everybody. It's been great. Talk to you next time.
A couple notable things about this deck. Firstly, it's no nonsense. And I think that's what I expected to see from the decks that are actually going to do something here, is that it's as little frills as possible. I know when I built my Jeitinho deck, which played a 70-minute game against Ampere, it was terrible because I had like Masterwork and all this other stuff and Chesva, and you're setting up combos, and like this is doing none of it. It's just saying we're playing as much card draw as we can. So Baya Bands, Diesel, Earthrise Hotel, Class Act. Then we're 3 inside job, only 1 Estrabado. It's playing no boomerangs, which is a bit strange. Mind you, boomerang can be a bit tricky to play, but not impossible with Sable. We have 3 Wizard's Chest. We're playing Hermes, and I think that's totally fair. You do want to get your Hermes down at some point. If the Wizard Chest fires, the Wizard Chest fires. And then our Breaker Suite is 6 Matryoshka and a single Tycoon.
So the icebreakers are where I am confused. I'm sure these are good, but why Tycoon? Why, like, I feel like there must be a better Breaker Suite for this type of deck.
So this Tycoon is the only decks that you saw Tycoon show up back in the past, where decks that were relying on AI, and that's mostly so wraparound is not 7 strength. So you installed it. Sometimes you never even used it, but you just installed it. So wraparound, which mind you is a cheap barrier that's seeing some amount of play, is not 7 strength. It goes down to 0. So that's it. Mind you, there are other limitations this deck can't deal with. It can't deal with Swordsman. It's going to be a problem running into Hammer. It can't deal with Triple Advanced Whoredom as much as you have Inside Job and hopefully Estrabado for it. So it's not bulletproof. And I'll be honest, the Matryoshkas are not bad. Their breaker math is okay. But the big thing is that like with a single Matryoshka, or technically a double Matryoshka, which I think you draw the second Matryoshka always in like the top 8 or 9 cards. So after a single Diesel, you're good to go, usually on math. You can challenge a lot of boards where the corporation can't raise that much ice. You have a back pocket Inside Job and an extra Sable click that you kind of set up pretty fast. Now, I think this deck is a meta pick, and this is the thing that like I'm not sure if Sid would agree with this. Is I think this deck you can bring to certain metas and crush. Like I think if Sid was playing against me and I'm playing my Epiphany like 7 ice horizontal deck, like I'm gonna lose. But if you're playing against like Ag Infusion, if you're playing against like, some sort of Glacier deck, if you're playing this, mind you, against Sid's Asa Group deck, which I really like Sid's Asa Group deck, I think it's going to have a good matchup, but it's not only going to have good matchups. I think you're going to struggle against certain things for sure. And there's going to be a lot of clicking for credits because as you might notice in this deck, it doesn't have a lot of money. It has not a lot of lasting economy. So clicking for credits while you have your breakers down with the threat that you're going to pop off is going to win you games for sure. And it's Sable. I think some people play this in Zaya. Some people play this in a smaller deck size, right? Some people play this in, I don't know what else, but Sable just to get the clicks back is good enough for sure. This deck is notably really sad into Froco. Yeah, if you play into the sort of like Mirror Morph sideways decks, you're gonna have problems with clicks for sure. That being said, you can just Inside Job Centrals and then deal with the Froco. So I don't think it's the end of the world. We have a single Miss Bones though, so hopefully you're just ignoring it.
All right, honestly, let's try it out.
So there's like this scare early this week with these like with these Mirror Morph prison decks, and like I've played a bit of them over the week, and I played against them and played as them. I honestly think they're like I don't want to like if we play against them, we're gonna have a bad time, and that's I think an issue with the deck in general.
Yeah.
But I'm not too worried about them. I think
I
they're
feel like
beatable. They're just a slog.
anything that does a little bit of rig shooting is also feeling really scary for this deck.
Yeah,
Am I
ideally
wrong there? Yep.
you'll lose your Matryoshka stack. If you want to play around it, you can actually like have multiple Matryoshkas paired up. But if you lose
Oh,
a
neat.
Matryoshka with like 2 or 3, that's probably an
Yeah.
issue. If you lose a Matryoshka with 1 on it, you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I hadn't ever considered like having multiple Matryoshka stacks going at one time
It's
because
actually
like they
sometimes
are,
correct.
yeah, because otherwise they are more efficient all stacked in one. But
Yeah.
I guess if you're trying to like spread it out.
1100 decks. So the reason why you want to spread it out, it can beat Stavka half run. It helps with Hagen breaking, which is the math to break Hagen's kind of ugly in this deck. There are reasons where you want to install separate ones, and so you don't get blown out by certain things. I think I prefer Asmund for tutor. Yeah, this deck's not an Asmund. It doesn't have another virus to program. I'm not sure that Asmund is necessary. I feel that Asmund as a card to draw you, like, I don't know if you're playing Amakua, but whatever, probably your Physarum Entangler and your sword.
Oh yeah, true.
Is not as good as just a generic draw card that can give you a chance of drawing into those, but also gives you economy, card draw, and other stuff, right? Like, I feel like Asmund is slow and expensive compared to just playing an Earthrise Hotel for 2 more credits, which you're likely to draw into your sword. So I'm not.
By the way, we're playing Gwent, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would recommend putting Exploit in the deck. I don't know if you've heard.
I have.
You have heard?
I think Exploit's okay. I just don't think it's necessary. I think
I think
might
it's...
be.
Mm.
Okay.
Cool. Lucille has something very important for you to read.
Do you want a script to clean out your Jaina deck library? I automatically clean mine out because I was almost all startup decks in rotation. Yeah, hell yeah, I do, Lucille. We definitely need Asmund for knife 7 to 9. Hey, Jason, just went on turn 4. Thanks, you too. So I'm assuming this might be like Jason's Asa group deck. It's a really cool deck, mind you. I think Cohort is just such a killer card. Almost all the HB assets. I think every HB asset that came on the set is very, very, very good. This hand has no money. I'm going to mulligan for that reason.
Yeah, that's... I mean, so here's why I might have kept this deck, this hand. We do start with Wizard's Chest, which is basically knife 4 through 6. And Asa group might go wide instead of icing centrals.
This deck also doesn't have diversion, I don't think, which like that is a card that I would consider always playing in these sort of decks. It doesn't mean that you're going to win on turn 3, but it slows the game down, which is important. But we don't have Boomerang. Yeah, I don't think getting down your knife that early is that important.
Okay. Well, we still have a Wizard's Chest.
Yeah.
And almost exactly the same hand.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Augustus, I had a cute moment installing 2 mats in the startup GLC finals to play around a half run, and then the died to FA Asiaf because the extra card I had to play. Okay, HQ is the mark. You want to just send it?
Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what it is. It's probably clickable, whatever. We're not scared.
That's probably a gatekeeper.
Maybe it's a Hagen. I don't know.
Echo. Oh, shit.
Tron's
okay. Doing something weird. So now we don't want to let any ice be rezzed. Yo, Paul, Davjin, how's it going? It is the deck list of the week. Yeah, I missed some chat, mind you. There's not a lot of fun to be played against, but they seem balanced-ish. Yeah, I think the versions of the Blighttown deck that have all the Byroids and all the like Ravanas and stuff, I'm not convinced is the most consistent. I think just playing not Froco and just playing better assets and better ice on more board states like Drafter, Ablative, like that to me feels more poisonous. Like Ablative with Hospitality or whatever it's called. Not Hospitality. The one where they're meeting and they're shaking hands.
Warm Reception?
Yeah, Warm Reception. Like that seems to me more consistent. Do we just buy a Ben's R&D? I don't love it.
Why? What does that really give us?
2 cards.
I don't know. I'd rather draw.
Yeah.
Just draw normally, I think. There we go. Jeitinho, Wizard's Chest.
We don't have a lot of money, Jason. No Boomerangs is really strange. Hey, Palmers. Yeah, it is. It's strange. It is strange.
It is strange. Yeah, we should talk about this.
Going for a single here is not right. We should be setting up. The problem is I don't want to drop. Oh, I gotta get. I don't like these. What do we do here? No joke. The Asa had Froco in it at first, and Eric made fun of me until I took it out. Yeah, but I don't think you want them to hammer your centrals with Asa. Like that's the problem. Is you need your ice to be bad for Froco to be good, which is why you end up spending like 7 influence. Well, not influence, but you end up playing like Zed 2.0. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to install Jeitinho.
Install Wizard's Chest.
Okay. It's not going to do anything. Like I'd rather click for credit and throw a card out.
You can stick a knife next turn with the inside job. True.
I just don't think that's good. Like, do we need a rush for that? This might be an agenda.
I think if you install Jeitinho and then go for it, then you can Jeitinho and Wizard's Chest to get Econ. Like you can Wizard's Chest to get like an Earthrise or Daily Cast out.
You know what? I've never Wizard Chest. Shit, that's fine. Yeah, let's just rush it. Let's just rush it.
Wait, are we not going to install Jeitinho? I guess we will at the end.
We don't have to, yeah. I keep the deal. You do keep the deal.
We'll get it next time.
Okay, so we definitely play Jeitinho, click for credit, and then we Wizard Chest for resource? I think that's correct.
I feel like that's correct. We're going to get something useful out of it. Okay, pop Wizard Chest. I think Daily Casts.
Yay.
That feels okay.
Jason
feels
says
okay.
no. He's probably right, because I think it's the most important that we get all our Jeitinhos as soon as possible.
I mean,
if we got
yeah,
Earthrise or Classic
course,
there, they've been good, but yeah, maybe we threw.
Yeah.
Not correct. Save chest for knife. I want to use my cards flexibly. So Tron's on no money. He has to click for credits. This is a working prototype. This is something else. Literally the entire point of the chest. Yeah, but I thought we were so far ahead.
Well, look how far ahead. Well, we already had a Jeitinho. That chest was not going to get used until like multiple turns later.
No, but you can get the. Yeah, you're right. We just keep it. Oh, because yeah, it threatens on every turn. Sable, buy a draw 2. I think we're installing.
Install Earthrise or install Matryoshka.
I think Diesels are Earthrise, right?
Yeah, sure.
Fully operational. Shit, that's not good. So we can Carpe Centrals. I think I'm a fan of the play. If we had a class actor Earthrise there, would be okay. Tron has 2 creds on the Harvester. Yeah, but if he cracks the Harvester to res this, like, we're happy about it. I just think if that's a working prototype and he reses it, like, whatever. It's a click for 2. If we can't draw 2 or 4 soonish from here, the deck is bad. Yeah, no. If we don't get our knife down quickly, I think this deck falls off really quickly. We probably should be rushing a bit more.
Do we host one Matryoshka?
Might as well.
Same time? Yeah.
And then we just... Oh, we didn't install our Earthrise Hotel? Patrick.
Oh, I said... No,
Oh, this is really bad. Is there a way to knife twice in one turn? Brennan, it's impossible because there's an end of turn
You said Diesel
trigger.
was our Earthrise. You said it. You said the Diesel.
I know.
You said the Diesel was.
How's this Pat's fault? He had this like
good
idea.
You. I had a great idea, and apparently, like, now it's my fault for having good ideas. This is just like my day job. Is there there a way to knife twice in one turn? No, I think knife is worded in such a way that you cannot knife twice in one turn. Between it being like unique and it only triggers after your like action phase ends, I don't think there's like a window to get 2 knives.
Carpe Bravado up. I don't love Carpe when we don't get the click run. Like a click for maybe we should have, but I think we can use it. So we ran R&D as a mark. So we can Carpe R&D. The issue though is like we need to buy a band's archives first, and if we get a Jeitinho, we Jeitinho this turn. I think.
Yeah. Also, let me be clear. I really like my day job.
Sick.
I know. I'm lucky.
Can we combo this turn?
Are we going to like Carpe Diem R&D?
We'd have to Carpe Diem R&D. Don't you run here? I think now that we have the Jeitinho, we Carpe R&D. We can break this. Then we can host Matryoshka, and then we can run HQ. The thing is, like, in theory, we should...
Okay, wait, hang on. So Echo currently has 1 subroutine, right?
Yeah.
So we run that now before they res something else to possibly...
But then we don't have enough clicks. Oh, no, we do have enough clicks. But okay, so we run this. We break for 1. We're down to 1 credit. We have 2 clicks. Then we have to do install Matryoshka. Yeah, that works. That actually does work. Yep. We're credit perfect to do that.
God, I'm so good. Once again, my fault.
Yeah, your fault. Defensive R&D is porous. No, we can break through with Matryoshka.
Okay, so we click on the host one, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You get this annoying drop down that we haven't seen since Paperclip.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We're probably going to get an agenda here anyway, so...
Damn, I'm good, Natrick. Cyberstance res? Workings res? Why are you resing all that stuff?
Okay. What, are they going to try and bounce the daily cast? That's okay.
Oh, that's why. Oh, that makes sense.
I see.
So they res the thimble rig. That's annoying. Okay. So we have to host one of these. And now we're hoping that we can break this for...
Yeah, but we carpe... Yeah, there we go.
More than 4 credits, like hoping it's a wave. If it's a bloop, we lose the game. It's a pulse. Oh, that's fine. Pulse is fine.
Yep.
Tron has a lot of money.
Wait, we don't need to add strength, right?
No, we just have to break 1 subroutine. Oh, 2 actually.
Yeah, might as well. Well, yeah,
but it's the same. Oh, Carlton HQ or Sam for sure. I think.
Oh my god. Yeah. Wait. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You thinking you want to win by knife, but what if I posit? What if we win by agendas before we win by knife?
I think there's a chance.
Okay.
We have clearly found an Ikoa. Okay, so I think there's another agenda in hand for that play to make any sense. I think you can still res anyways.
I think there were 2 send a messages in send a messages in there. The real knife was the agendas we found along the way.
I think we do steal here.
Yeah.
Because like, who knows when we're gonna draw the last knife? Like, we need a scare Tron.
We've got 4 agendas in our...
We're gonna lose our daily cast though, which is really bad. Like, I actually would rather Tron draw that, because if Tron draws any asset or upgrade, we're in a really bad spot because we bounce the daily cast, he gains 6. Let alone if he has a fully op, a second one. We're on double game point. Yeah, we're at super game point.
No, that's a fork. This is a perfect example of a fork. Yeah.
It's the issue I found with Jeitinho. If we can run all centrals 3 times, you'll have to win on 5+ points.
Yeah, you if you can win 3 centrals consistently, then you might already be winning by a better...
I wouldn't say that's a problem. If your game plan involves you winning on accident, it's a fine game plan.
Oh, can you hover over working prototype? I thought it bounced back to hand.
Oh, no, top of deck. It's really fucked up.
It's really fucked up, man.
2 knives by turn 5 is pretty good, yeah, but now enjoy clicking for credits until we top deck a Jeitinho. I mean, a Carpe Diem.
I think triple credit, and so that we can like bravado one of these servers.
What luck are you getting 5 points on 6 accesses? Good luck. Well, the start of luck where they like get scared about your remote server pressure. Okay, that's really bad. Because we could have ran HQ that turn in 1. Probably we actually should have done credit run HQ because there was probably send a message in hand. So now this is where the game gets ugly and it becomes a fight.
Do we just triple bravado? Credit? Yeah. Triple credit bravo. Triple credit gamble.
We could do credit bravado thimble rig. Force him to crack it. I don't want to run this because whatever ice is, he gains 4 credits. So we can do credit bravado. I just don't think we break it. Because because he wouldn't flinch anyways. There's no reason for him to flinch.
I'm confused why we're not doing just gamble. I guess
because it just saves us clicks, right?
Yeah, true.
Because now we can do gamble Earthrise. It's nicer that you bravado for actually like to do something, but no, it's you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh well, now we're cooked. That's Chrysium. Oh, it's a Bobo. Nope. We're not cooked.
Bobo. Hey, Bobo.
Hey guy.
Although they are getting close to their 17 credit threshold.
Yes, but if he fast advances out as for 17 and goes down to 0, like we're happy.
Yeah, we're happy.
All right, there's our money.
Okay, that's the money we.
So now we're trying to get our Estabrado and inside job, and we can win. Obviously, the Jeitinho is the most important part. So now we do nothing, right? Like we just do draw.
Sure. Yeah.
If we had archives as our mark, we'd buy a. Do we daily cast? I think the game will be long enough to daily cast.
Yeah, at least on their end. I don't think they're close to closing it. Might as well help us out.
Big Hag Mug online. Yeah, Vova's really good. Yeah, so he's on fuck.
It's fine.
Still. We were too slow, man. We shouldn't have used our box the way we did. Now we have to deal with this garbage.
Matruchia starts at 2. We're fine.
Yeah, perfect.
Do we have pinhole?
We have 1 pinhole. You missed your window of opportunity. Do you think? I think we buy Band's archives. Do we wait until the Earthrise Hotel is at 0?
What does that matter?
So that we can install it, because the buy-bands might whiff.
Oh, true. Mode. Well, I think buy-bands installing Miss Bones, then trying to trash other things, maybe.
I don't think there's anything we're gonna trash for the rest of the game.
Also, at this point, like we're at 6 points. We can try going for singles with a bravado on R&D or something, right?
Patrick, we're trying to get
What?
an assassination, my friend.
Sorry, I'm. This is so not how I usually think. Like usually I'm pro assassination, and then RWR came out, and I'm like, okay, this is finally when I'm going to be living my best life. But here I am, like wanting to get singles.
Attacking ring prototypes is not going to make a lot of sense because it turns on Brazilian government grid for another turn and it gives him like functionally 4 credits. It's not worth anything. He's not going to get 5 counters on this for the rest of the game. Still waiting for someone to bust out Anemone Rhyme with Brasilia for 4 net damage faster. You don't even need Rhyme. You can just do 2 Anemones, right?
Yeah. Okay, a lot of people like hashtag quoting me or whatever. Like I didn't say that. Okay.
This is now good enough.
Yep. Get a click back. Whatever.
Yeah. Sable, Baya Bands, draw 2, install. So if he big deals, we might have a window. We just have to prepare for the window. So Jeitinho, Sure Gamble, Host of Matryoshka. So now our deck has 2 inside jobs, 1 Estebrado. We actually could get the kill. We could. The problem is money. Like we're just going to click for credits because I don't know what money it takes to beat like Brazilian government. Oh, fucking stop it.
Is that the Crisium?
I don't know. I do not like this.
Are Crisiums popular now to counter Knife?
They're popular, I think, more so. Like Knife is one thing, but a bigger deal is arguably
Privilege Access, I guess, and
Burner and Cataloger.
Burner, yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, no Sneak Door. Sneak Door would be really good. And we have the MU for Sneak Door. I would like Sneak Door. Can it be both Brazilian and Crisium? No, but it's going to be Brazilian and Managarm. And so, like, it's just money on top of money on top of money. Rukatha with Lightning Laboratory it does. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? Double Anemone doesn't hit twice instantly, though? Yeah, it doesn't hit instantly. They have to go through it. You're right. So this is where we do nothing, right? Like, we just career for Earthrise, click for credits. Like, we don't have any reason to do anything besides get money.
Yeah, they're not putting pressure on us. This feels fine.
Yeah.
Would we not install Miss Bones, or was that like going to inspire them to start icing?
It doesn't matter. Like, we're not trashing Brazilian government grid. We're running HQ once. So, like, the money we use doesn't matter. This feels like it only has 3 credits next time. It kind of does. So this is probably the handshake one or another working prototype. We can check it.
Or reception, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess here we'll career for Miss Bones and check it. But none of this stuff matters. Like maybe we could deal with Cyber Sign because we have nothing else going on. Yeah, Spin Doctor makes sense. And so Jab HQ win the game. Yeah, on points though. Chasing.
But it's true. They've been drawing a lot and they have not installed.
I don't think we inside job. I think we should Bravado HQ. Let's just deal with a bit of the table first.
Like, yeah, I think I also prefer Bravado HQ. It's pretty fun. Could have knifed.
It's on the board. What's on the board?
The win. We've got the Jeitinho. What are we really worried about?
I think we just need slightly more money because I think Managarm's going to get us. IG deals with Brasilia? No. Oh, it does. You're right. Never mind, it does.
Oh, yeah. Oh, true.
Because all the ice is rezzed. Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
that's cool. We can click through Managarm. That's true. So wave, this gives him money. It costs us, what, 2 to break? We can do that. It costs us 1 to break functionally.
Oh, yes. Cool. Perfect. Break a singular subroutine. Man, having a drop down there is still weird, but...
Yeah. Oops, tributary? Nah, that would be bad if it would be tributary for sure. But then we just run Jack out. Or no, that doesn't work. We'd run archives first. Like, you can beat tributary. We also don't care if tributary fires. At least both the subroutines. 1 subroutine matters.
Oh, all right. We've got big deal credits. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, if he big deals, we win.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping we draw an agenda.
That's fine. If Trib is rezzed, like, we just run that server last. He doesn't even have big deal money.
No, we have big deal money. I'm saying if we draw an agenda,
we do.
Like, we're golden.
The best top deck we could get here is Estebrado. There's probably an agenda on the table. Maybe not.
You know, there's one card in RWR that I have my own internal nickname for.
Yeah.
But I don't want to I don't want to say it out loud and like
So you'll
force
taint the
it.
water. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like waiting to see who's going to be the first person to actually say this nickname for the card because I feel like it's a really easy. Like people are going to get to it. You could buy a real nice knife with them.
Wait, I feel like we should bravado this.
No, but
Bravado's so
Brasilia.
much yeah, but who cares? +3 strength.
What if it's really bad? What if it's loop? It's pronounced Lulu. Lu.
Like, we have enough money. I'm worried like Managarm into Pulse. Like, that's going to be a problem. You have infinite money? No, we don't. Like, what? You can make Echo 3 strength? It doesn't matter. Oh, this Echo with 4 subroutines, though, does suck a bit. Wait, do we have enough breakers? We don't have enough breakers. We're going to win by accessing an agenda here.
No, we do have enough breakers. What do
you
mean?
No, we can only break 3 ice. How do we ever go off of R&D?
Yeah, that's right. We messed up. Well, I mean, no, we win because we're going to save our inside jobs. Inside job replaces one of the necessary steps.
I get it, but even with inside job, like, there's no way. You wanted to run R&D first to avoid getting pulsed again?
We're also at threat.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Like,
but yeah,
Estebrado plus inside job.
Yeah, but it's 1 in 14. We did need to get 3 turns ago, but there was 3 ice less on the board. Yeah, Jason, we were too slow. We just have to keep in mind that we have to be as fast as possible. I think that's right.
Yeah, if only we'd kept that wizard chest.
But yeah, honestly, yeah, if we kept that wizard chest, we'd be okay. Thimble on the outside kills you. Yes, Thimble on the outside means that it's Thimble into Thimble into Thimble, which it's up to Tron to see that. Because like Thimble beats Matryoshka. Yeah, wait for Hermes bounce. Yeah, but if the Hermes bounce, like we can wait for their Hermes bounce, his Hermes bounce. But if we Hermes bounce, we win. Which I think we're gonna win on HQ here.
Yeah, this must be an agenda where there must be a couple of agendas in here. I wonder if server 6 is like a cheeky agenda. It's possible.
It could be. We run R&D first because they can't make every R&D as Thimble rig that way. I don't know if he's gonna see it. No, he didn't. But no matter what, even if it's not a Thimble rig, oh, I have to pay for it. Sorry. I didn't break. So 1 more Matryoshka is flipped. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think Thimble beats us because like it's a solid end the run all the way through.
And every time you break it, you can push it back. So we have to break the Thimble rig 3 times and we can't break more ice. Card from hand, send a message. Cool.
Okay, how many cards do we access? 14. All right.
We access so hot there, but like of course this is turn, like we did nothing for not 8 turns, and so the corp was only holding agendas. Shouldn't have stolen this Ikawa. You're not wrong. Oh wow, I thought you were way more flooded. Okay, 2 to 4 the other time. So the time that Tron res the 2 Cyber Saiyans was 2 send a message. Yeah, that's a win. I can't run R&D. This is where like Matryoshka, if you go fast, Matryoshka makes sense, but if you go slower, I'd rather have real breakers.
What's the so is it a Crucium? I do want to know if that's like popular enough that it's going to be present there, or it could be Managarm. 653 is an Illuminal.
I think it's probably a Mavirus.
Just to look like an upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah. I threw one to archives with a spin on the table. Another Vovo. Oh, neat. Yeah. The best part of this is no partial knife credit. No. On Aesop's tables, Jeff added it. So yeah, say how many knives did you get in, and it's worth tournament points. So no, you should get as many in as you can. Hey,
Steven, good to see you.
Yeah, Steven, how's it going?
I will probably be there. I honestly like when Andre was talking about the CO coming up earlier this stream. Like it's not this weekend. I thought it was next weekend, but yeah, I should be there.
I feel like Sable kills a Chrism and it doesn't even cost them a turn. For Sable, it costs her probably a turn, but the problems with Matryoshka, it costs you a turn because you cannot run back. Okay, we have to be a bit more fast and loose, Patrick. I don't think we're allowed to use our box for anything else besides the contents of the murder box. Knife needs the victory missile text to be good, which is win the round. Yeah,
it's so tempting. It's so tempting to use the box for a hotel stay or something like that.
Uh-oh, it's Thunderbolts.
Are you scared?
I'm scared of bad face checks and Trashka Matryoshka with a like 9 strength next gold or whatever.
Yeah, it needs this.
Mull
We
for
need
knife? Yeah,
more wolf
100%.
too. Well, why mull for knife when we have wizard chest? Isn't wizard chest just a knife?
Yeah, you're right. I think we just
Damn right.
bravado. The problem is we need to install something, otherwise it will definitely end the run. Everything ends the run. Oh no, anyway, yeah. Do you think you absolutely need a tutor card in your deck for knife decks? You need either an absurd amount
Yeah,
of
I
card
think
draw
so.
or Wizard Chest is like very, very good. It is everything you want it to be.
If you're building your whole deck around winning by knife, then you need tutors.
All right.
Okay.
So don't show me a tithe. We cannot get through. It's a tithe. So the worst hit here is every card in our hand. So we can't get through the end of the run because, damn it. All right.
It's okay. It's okay. It's not
okay.
a knife.
It's
well,
just,
okay. Wait, knife is a good hit. So never mind.
What the heck? Oh, I see there. I see you have the confidence that you'll have Thunderbolt type economy. Yeah, so they're probably like playing Tithe and cheap stuff and like just being annoying.
We're trashing the bladder word for sure.
Yeah, we can't take damage from hand.
Yeah.
So this is where like Earthrise and Daily Cast are, a problem. I think we just do draw Daily Casts. Oh, well, we have a knife. So we can install the knife and just send it. There's no such thing as Thunderbolt economy. It's called Regolith, and you'll love it.
Yeah. There is no Thunderbolt economy division.
I don't get the joke, Pat.
So there's there's an SCP story. There is no anti-mimetics division. I'm not a big SCP head.
That's the the classic. That's the Scarlet Keys one, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's very much like Scarlet Keys. So Scott and I finished our Scarlet Keys campaign last night, and earlier that day I watched the YouTube short. There is no anti-mimetics division, and thought it was quite good, and like very much aligned with Scarlet Keys without spoiling any more than that.
Cool. We saw Powers of B. I think Solomir is gonna like Ella Vigao to de-res the Tithe, which is like the only thing that makes sense. Okay. Valuable Human in Transit is up there too. I'm on Eternal 3X Psychic Field in HB. Yeah, I've read a fair bit of SCP. We have actually one of the SCP books that was published like last year, borrowed from a friend. There's like one of them that has no text on it because you're not allowed to write about the SCP, so it's all just like a symbol of like a series of rebuses and like symbols to explain how to like deal with the SCP because it cannot be recorded. Very, very cool. I don't honestly know what to do with the Jeitinho deck. Like I want to face check this, but it'll probably kill me.
Yeah, don't. It's not worth risking that right now. I think just keep drawing. You want to make sure the Matryoshkas are installed, right?
Yeah. But like if Solomir scores out,
stab.
Like, we can't stab. Like the face check is gonna be so bad. Stab turn, go now, stab? No, there's no way. I don't know. I just feel like we're not doing anything. I feel like Thunderbolt's really hard to face check into though. Yeah, that's Luminal. That's really bad for us. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, it's not. I think this is Thunderbolt doing exactly what Thunderbolt is good at. Oh, they get the bladder back because of the powers that be.
Yeah, whatever.
I guess we could have attacked that.
No, not really. They paid a credit to get a credit per turn. Like they just basically made their own pad campaign.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Do you want to just send it R&D? F it. F it. We have to. We have to embrace it.
I guess we're wolf 2ing.
Just embrace it. Or you can res at 6. That? Yeah, you can res that.
That's fine. We like it at 0.
That's great at 0. We're going to need more Matryoshkas than we have now.
They are going to be re-resing that a lot.
Yeah, we have to go deal with the bladder right now. That's why you Bravado HQ? No, but we don't want to Bravado HQ because we only want to Bravado HQ if we can get through R&D. So if the idea is like Bravado HQ Esther Brado R&D, I don't know if we want to do that. I wanted to force a res.
Lucille says, I've just tidied up my delete all decks script into something if someone sent it to me, I would trust running it in my browser.
So
How
I'm
shall I
actually
get it
pretty
to you?
scared now.
Yeah, that only. Do you
Discord.
realize Andre was not worried about it before, but now you are. Now he is worried about this. But
Okay, we've been austerity, so it's a bit harder to do the thing we want to do. The problem is we should just run this. A bit surprised you didn't Bravado R&D then Bravado HQ. That's what everyone's saying I should have done, but that seems nonsense. Like, how bad do you need a knife? You need it that bad? The gang refuses to win.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
nonsense. It's nonsense to spend that many cards to get one knife in. Like,
we're
to
definitely
me,
going to stab, and then music plays.
we'll buy against this.
Why are we not trashing Powers That Be?
It doesn't matter. They're not gonna score points. He's on 3 credits. Like, how's he gonna score out on 3 credits? Draw 2 cards, save. What is this? Trash 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta click here. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Daily cast, I guess?
Sure. Daily casts.
Whatever.
Oh, and you know what else? We can like install a Wizard's Chest so that next turn we can do Jeitinho and Wizard's Chest at the same time.
You can't.
No, we can. Well, Jeitinho goes to our score area, Wizard's Chest gets its daily cast.
Patrick, we talked about this. We were meant to be reformed Wizard's Chesters.
Wait, sorry, I forget. Which wolf am I?
You're the wolf that likes getting enough value from the daily cast.
Exactly, yeah.
You're the wolf that says, oh, free daily cast. I'm in.
Patrick, no, bonk.
Yeah.
Go to daily cast jail.
Oh man, this box could have a daily cast in it, and somehow I'm more excited about that. I got Jeitinho problems, man. Oh no, a second ice? We're cooked. Corporate hospitality last click.
Oh, corporate hospitality. There we go.
Austerity is back. Every time a recursion card, I just roll my eyes in this set. Uh-oh.
I can't see your face, but I can imagine what your face is doing.
Wolf 3 rejig daily cast? Yo, I'm charging. Oh, I can't charge a daily cast. That seems like it could. So we can tank HQ. We can Debrado R&D.
What is the threshold on Debrado?
4.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Bad. Debrado R&D? You're right. We should strictly do it in the other order. Yeah, you're right. We should do it in the other order. That's totally... The problem is we're going to, like, chance to lose the damn Jeitinho.
But Jeitinho can come back later.
Yeah, it's not easy, though. Chest first. We don't really need to use the chest because you can't use Jest and Jeitinho in the same turn. But we could install it after running archives.
I thought that was describing, like, how our body looks as we do it.
Fully operational? Oh, that's not going to do anything. Well, it will, because MCA is going to hit the table this turn. Yeah. Okay, so we can run archives, get a click back. We can't ever accidentally win on points if there's 2 knives aren't down. Them's the rules. Okay, so now we install the Wizard Chest.
Rules. Okay.
But then, like, would we rather lose the Wizard Chest or the Jeitinho? I feel like we'd rather lose the Jeitinho. I think we just run HQ.
Well, install the Wizard's Chest.
No, I'd rather not. I'd rather lose the Jeitinho, the Wizard Chest of damage, and keep the Jeitinho.
Okay.
Oh, but we can break this. You can break Tithe? Yeah, that's actually very true.
Oh, did we not break the Gatekeeper? Oh,
no,
we
it was Debrado.
We bypassed that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think giving Solomir credit there would have been fine. Okay, so we've done it. So now we can go get our daily cast.
Exactly. Install Wizard's Chest. Get daily cast or Earthrise.
Earthrise would be good.
Earthrise
would be good. That's basically a Jeitinho.
Yep. That's basically a win.
We have so much work to do still. You don't use chest for those? We did last game, it worked out, you know?
Yeah, Jeremy, I think if you scrub back, you'll see.
Lucille, thank you. I'll check it out for sure. I appreciate you putting time editing it. Okay, we're not using Wizard Chest. All right. One stab in. The poison is set in. Joe is going to put an MC austerity on the table. We're going to have to deal with it. We don't have enough money. I mean, you do and you win on points. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The game was 100% won with a high skill cap plays. Tron, I think. I'm not sure if that's a /S or not.
If by win on points you mean like bullet points, and each bullet point is a knife, then yes.
I could be very persuasive. My bullet points. So I noticed on Discord
Mhm.
that if you laugh or something on a Discord call, it usually cuts it out because it's really good at doing that, right?
Oh.
So I've lowered my threshold. I've removed all thresholds on Discord, so now you can hear every sound I make, Pat. I don't know if you
Oh,
can tell the
oh,
difference.
oh no. But Andre, I've been like sniffling. Oh, but my
No, your
threshold isn't
side.
lowered.
Yeah, your
Okay.
threshold is normal.
Okay, but can people hear me like laughing and can people hear me sniffling? I need to be told.
I haven't heard the sniffling too much.
Okay, that's good.
So one of these is a spin doctor. One of them is an MC austerity. Solomir is setting
Wait,
up a fully operational that's going to really pop off.
what do you mean too much?
Sorry?
What do you mean too much? It doesn't matter. I'm not going to focus on it.
So what do
Laugh,
we do
yes.
here?
Sniffle, no.
Pivot to ASMR is inevitable. You know what to do. Yeah.
Oh
So like,
God. Oh, oh,
you didn't like
Jesus.
that, Patrick?
Oh no, I don't like that at all.
Patrick has a special listening experience on this stream that y'all don't
I
get
do.
because he gets a Discord special.
I get directly piped into my ear canal.
So one of these is worth running. We don't know if he's on seamless. He's on 3-2s. We could, in theory, if he doesn't res this, we could win. We have to get the just Jeitinho. I think we do nothing. R&D is the mark, though. I think we just do nothing. Like, do we face check? If it's like a Stavka, we lose the game. Get the hairbrush noises. I think if it's a Stavka, we lose the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. That would suck.
Yeah, it'd be really bad.
That'd be incredibly bad.
Yeah, start yanking on a card sleeve. One fun thing is if you turn your Discord noise threshold all the way down, it will show you as always talking. But if you have the gate on, one tick away from it off and one show the green constantly. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Thunderbolt's so scary.
Okay, there's the fully op we knew he was setting up.
Yeah, it's not scary. Like Stavka is Stavka, right? Like we're scared about Stavka. We're not scared about Stavka that also ends the run.
No, exactly. The extra strength, it doesn't matter. It's just like there's now an incentive to play Stavka in this deck, which like
which just gives us fair warning, really.
Yeah. So the cool thing is we can get Tycoon down and we can use that to destroy to the Thunderbolt ability. Isn't that cool?
We can use it to do what to the Thunderbolt ability?
You can trash it to stop and end the run.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Okay, can we win this turn? We can. By win, I mean, you know what I mean. So we Matryoshka. Now we just run R&D, run HQ, win?
Yeah. We're gonna do that. We're gonna win.
That's what we're gonna do.
Well, we're gonna win with two knives. We're gonna have two knives.
Uh-oh. It has one more strength and another subroutine. So we could just take a core damage and a tag. How we know that he's uncreasing the palm, so we probably shouldn't. Run archives first? Well, we did. We buy it. So how much could this possibly cost to break? 4? So this is 6. Yeah, we're good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You don't have to break all the subs. One of them doesn't matter.
Okay.
Flip says, I picked up Marvel Champions after stream on first, and today I picked up another campaign. Which one did you pick up? Let me tell you, the game is really quite good. I'm glad you picked it up, and you're probably enjoying it.
Oh yeah, the core damage only of 100 sec.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I still like Marvel Champions the least among the possible options for like co-op play, but I admit it has gotten more interesting over time.
I like it a lot.
It didn't like when I first played it on my own, I was like, this is missing something tremendously. And then we played it together, and I think we both felt the same way. Like,
well, the core set was a bit simple.
The core set is quite simple, and I want something much more complex. And I don't think that the campaigns have ever reached. Oh, Nerine 2.0. Wow. I don't think core set has ever reached the heights that I want that kind of game to reach. Like, I think it's just it remains too simple, and that's fine for being in that category of game. But I prefer an Arkham type. I prefer a Lord of the Rings type. Maybe I'll prefer Earthborn Rangers when I try it.
I really like it. I think playing on a higher difficulty, I think the game is complex enough, and it comes into the deck building. Yeah, chest for resource jam. We can't. We're not allowed to.
There's also the element that like.
Oh, we could have actually. We could have chest for resource because we have another wizard chest in our hand.
Oh my god, we can chest for resource. They've already spent a click though.
Yeah, but they'll do that anyways. Yeah, we should have popped the chest for Hermes. Harmy's doesn't matter with all 3 ice res, I don't think. I think we would just get like an Earth Res or Class Act here. Picking next evolution because I want to play Domino. Domino is one of the most fun in a long, not in a long time, but she's a very, very good high point. I chest for a resource. Also appreciate the champion stream. I have used dragon cards heaps for Lord of the Rings and had no idea. Yeah, Power Guys, it's hidden on the beta branch, so it's really, really cool. Mind
I've
you,
got to try it for Lord of the Rings because I haven't played Lord of the Rings the LCG in a long time, but I really liked it way back in the day.
It's super, like, the design is the opposite of Marvel Champions, where Marvel Champions is straightforward. This one's a bit more complicated.
Oh, very much so.
With like 8 phases. Like, it feels like it could use a modernization. Yeah. I'll just do it manually. So on that note, I did boot up Dragon Cards today to see if I remember how to play the game, because I have a lot of our Lord of the Rings I haven't played. So we're doing resource. So our options are daily cast or class act. I think we want class act, right?
Yeah, let's go for class act.
We drew that turn, so we'll do draw 4. The other, oh, that messed up. The other option was damn, that's a hard thing to fix, was daily cast. So unfortunately, we're just going to bottom the bottom card, which is Earthrise Hotel, and then we'll just shuffle the deck. Yeah, cool. Make sure to shuffle, yeah, for sure. Hey, David. I did like the old-timey Lord of the Rings. I have promos for it still. Yo, those promos are pretty cool. I think a lot of people are looking for those promos. By the way, Marvel Champions promos, I can't find them. I think the distribution model is terrible.
For Marvel Champions?
It's a pain point. Yeah. They're all just like on eBay for hundreds and hundreds of dollars because people just buy the sets from stores and they just go straight to scalping them. And then they have a...
really sucks.
Now FFG does their promos as like boosters. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. So people buy boxes of them and just like scalp them off. It's so bad.
FFG, that's so bad.
Yeah, Marvel Champs OP sucks. They've mentioned Gorfax, how's it going? They mentioned they'd do something different. But yeah, it's it's not good. They're not doing a good job at it, I don't think. The boosters were a test run for Star Wars 100%. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're onto something there. Uh-oh. Solomon has 14 credits. And now we drew 4 more with Class Act. Wait, that's hilarious. Because it's end of turn. Because have you ever installed the Class Act on corpse turn? You can do that with like Thunder at Gallery and it'll fire end of turn. That's so funny.
Oh wow, that's really interesting.
The Link to MTG and competitive card game design much more obvious with Lord of the Rings. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we need to get another Matryoshka. We can win in 2 turns, depending if he does anything wild. He has MC Austerity, but all this ice, mind you, we're not on threat 4 because we played around agendas. But unless he does something absurd here, can we win this turn? It depends on what Archives is. Right, we only have 4 clicks.
Tithe can be the last one. That's pretty safe.
Yes. But that being said, we need to install Wizard Chest, so we don't have enough clicks.
No, but we'll get a click back.
But we lost one to Austerity. You can win this turn, just take core damage.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right.
So if we install Wizard Chest, we run R&D, we run HQ, get a click back on R&D, run Archives. Yeah, can we just win?
But we do still need the Wizard Chest down, right?
How we just do that first click.
Okay, yeah, so do that first click.
So click 1, Wizard Chest.
Okay.
Click 2, Carpe Diem. Then click 3, Archives, click 4, HQ. Yeah, I think we win.
Okay, because we're not going to break the Jack warranty?
No, it's just it's whatever. And even if this is like a Stavka, we can get through. Like on the last turn, we can just trash our Class Act. Is there any way the Wizard Chest misses?
Static.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
No, because I think the only hardware are Wizard Chest, Jeitinho, and Hermes. Like,
oh yeah, so can't miss.
I think we're pretty good. I guess there's a small chance that we can only find a Hermes or the third. Oh no, but even if we find another Wizard Chest, then we can use that.
Yeah, you cycle him
itself. Yeah, it's kind of a snow day here. I mean, I was still at work, but like,
hopefully y'all are right down there, eh?
Snowing sideways.
We can allow him to draw 3 cards, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Stand back. Yeah, we're getting there. This is our 3rd knife coming in.
Are we worried? Like,
that's fine.
We get stuff by Border Control or MIC. Are we worried about either of those in the Thunderbolt? I'm not sure.
Pulse will goof us up, but I'm not expecting Pulse.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Wait, what?
All good shoveling wet snow. Yeah, we've had problems here. It's a Faunatria.
Mhm.
Oh, so tags do matter. So we can just take every single piece of damage unless we die to snare. So to respect dying to snare, we should just break this, because then we can run HQ and not die to snare.
I suppose so. Yeah, I think red team fits in like a startup edition Hue deck. I'm not sure if it's exactly what you want for standard right now.
I like red team. I think red team is better than it looks.
I like red team too.
In this deck, I don't know, because a lot of times you're going to be inside jobbing and you're not making fun runs. Like, I think red team's better in a generalist, like Sable, I imagine.
Yeah, yeah, red team in Sable makes more sense. I just wish red team was, like one credit cheaper or had one more run worth on it. But I like it as like this is just a it's well, how
I've
can
never
I
done this before, Patrick. That's the first time.
me neither, despite trying multiple times publicly.
We win the game twice, says the chat log. Even through an MCA austerities, like that's a big reason why to play Sable in this deck, not like Zai or something else.
Yeah, knife.
Oof. Ouch.
Zaya
No,
doesn't make
Soulmare, good
sense.
game.
I'm not sure why you'd play. Apart from Zaya's smaller deck size, I don't see why you'd play her.
Yeah, it's just smaller deck size. But I agree. Sable to click is better. Hey,
Oh,
Shu,
Shu,
I feel
hey.
better now. The
How's
doctor
it
found what
going?
was wrong with me. What was wrong with you, Shu? Oh, glad you're feeling better. Witness the violence. Shade doesn't become you, Patch. What does that mean?
Hey, come on.
You can stop sweating so I don't have to argue that Jeitinho is bad more. I think like Jeitinho is meta dependent. I think this sort of deck, like if you have its number, you do have its number. Like we barely won the first game that we played. We did play it poorly, but I'm not convinced.
By play it poorly, do you mean we won by agenda points instead of by knife?
Well, we used our Wizard's Chest to get a daily cast that one time.
I think, okay, it was justified, right? Because in this game, it was the right. You know what? Maybe I'm not gonna continue arguing this with you. Like, we're just two people who are correct in our own ways.
Sure, the doctor told me to stop playing Shaper and I immediately felt better. Really? What doctor are you going to? What's your doctor recommending? How are you liking Thunderbolt Solomir? Bane's asking. So let's talk about Thunderbolt. It changed how we played, but not in a way that the text mattered. Just the fact that we thought that he would be playing some garbage ice that we'd have to deal with. And for what it's worth, maybe it'd be better to get hit by Saisenton in any other identity where we're not like face checking into it. Like maybe you could just Stavka us as in PD and that will hit more consistently. But like Thunderbolt literally fired 3 times. Like Solomir can talk for Solomir, but Thunderbolt fired 3 times and it mattered on one of them.
It only mattered on the first time.
Yeah.
Wait, Shu, are you saying that like you went to the doctor and they said like stop playing Shaper and you said, but doctor, I am, and then like ...
Doctor Spin. D-Riz is a trap. D-Riz is definitely a trap. I don't think Thunderbolt's the best D-Riz deck. So then the thing is like you have to play some sort of tempo ice that makes sense. But like again, the fact that it's only on res makes it so positional. Super cool that you won around the MCA. Yeah, that's specifically Sable, right? Like MCA doesn't matter for Sable.
Yeah, exactly. Like we got that click perfect.
The first fire stopped a knife turn 1. Yeah, sure, but I don't play my ID for that. It was important. You're right. We face checked into it and we're like, I hope it's not a tithe. But that's fine. We probably bought him 2 or 3 turns. Yeah, 2 or 3 turns longer to play Thunderbolt. Heyo. Jason,
but doctor, I am Thunderbolt.
Jason, can you give Chad as well like a sentence Thunderbolt, a sentence on what you think about this deck and how consistent do you think it is and whether people should be scared about it? Because you know more than we do. Curious if there's an Ace of Stavka D-Riz deck with a new support. Yo, pick one. How's it going? I think there is. I think there's like good D-Riz targets that are worth playing around. I think Brasilia is like a mean card. The problem is it is just inherently a bit clumsy and a bit more difficult to set up than like generalist HB stuff. But like D-Resing your Bladevs with Brasilia, D-Resing your, Stavkas, 7-string Stavkas, it's good into certain parts of the meta, not all parts of the meta, but pretty good into certain parts of the meta. Thunderbolt doesn't do well against a runner that can rid up quickly, so AI and Kit is more of a pain. Yeah, that's the thing with Kit too. Is like if you want to have your ice be part of your game plan, it's so hard when they just drop Lava Somu on turn 1. It's like, what are you gonna do? Okay, Pat, I'm gonna run something new. So you don't know what any of this is because you joined late. Yep. Shout out to Izzy.
Let's find out.
I know I've been bothering NSG for a while for something like this, and then Izzy, who mind you is now the new I forget the term, it'll probably say at the bottom,
Community
community team lead.
lead,
She
community
put
team lead.
she put together something that I've kind of wanted for a really long time.
Mhm.
I can show you what it looks like, but in short, there's now a creator resources portal. So in short, if you're a content creator in Netrunner, it's actually been really difficult. And this is a problem that I know FFG is like not very useful with, is that if you want to make content, you need assets to show the content. Like when we do our tier lists, how do we put the cards on the screen? When I do the pop-ups on the screen, where do you get that stuff from? Like it's really difficult. So a lot of people are going through and ripping cards off of Netrunner DB. And then the problem is,
The
well, we'll get
res
to the
isn't going to be
problem.
perfect. Well, yeah.
There's something about the editor's curse that we'll get back to. And the editor's curse is a thing that if you work in video, you know, most people don't know. That's the curse. But in
Yeah,
short,
it's like food poisoning, except sorry, go on, go on.
so in short, if you're a content creator and you've been working doing Netrunner stuff for a while, reach out to this and you can get access to a folder that just has all the assets in the best way possible. To show you what it looks like, just really quickly, mind you, this has only been up for a day or so. I did some help with Izzy to make sure things were working. I pulled all the cards, made sure they're all working on the right resolution. I think one card doesn't work. You can guess which one it is. But for instance, now it has high res versions. Oh, these got added recently. But high res versions of all the cards at the same resolution. Currently, Jeff has just finished the edit of his tier list. My tier list will be out on Monday as well. And the amount of time that you waste dragging in different cards, they have to rip from different locations, and they have to rescale them so it fits into your thing. You waste hours and hours of content. I got this halfway through the edit, probably actually like a 3/4 through the edit. And the last part of my edit was so smooth because it's just so easy to use the stuff. And it saves me literally hours. So as a content creator, I cannot, like, this is so good. What the editor's curse is that if you do your job good, people don't know you've done your job. So for instance, like if you watch the stream, or sorry, the tier list on Monday, you notice Jeff looks a bit bigger in his video and maybe the color's a bit better. And that's because the way that we do our cameras, Jeff is a bit small because it gives the whole camera and then I have to crop it up. And then every time the camera moves, I have to move Jeff and I have to line it up and then I have to recolor it. Like so much work goes into making things look perfect that you don't know any work happened because it looks perfect, let's say. That's the editor's curse. It's constantly frustrating when people look at that and be like, oh, that looked like it was smooth. And then they don't know behind the scenes. Making cards line up because they're not the same size when you work with like 7 years of rips of all different resolutions. This is huge. On top of it, also sharing of like full scale art so you can use for thumbnails and stream elements and stuff like that. There's a document talking about that you have to credit, you know, how to use the art. It has to be credited correctly. So anyways, if you want to do content creation, NSG is definitely helping making it easier, which is so sick. 10
that's
out of
really
10.
nice.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's really great. Also, I like that idea of the editor's curse. Like, obviously applies to any kind of editor.
Yeah.
In the end, like as a text editor, of course.
Yep.
But I also like just thinking about that. The good jobs that end up being, you know, to quote 99% invisible, 99% invisible. Like good design, good civil engineering, good yeah.
That's a thing. Working in video, that's always been a thing. But like, yeah, it's just such a nightmare behind the scenes when you're working with huge amounts of different quality cards. And now it's all standardized, at least on the NSG side, which is sick. By the way, Jason said, the deck is super matchup dependent. So far, there's practically no way to beat Ag Infusion, but you can consistently beat Isolite decks in 4 turns. It really exploits a lot of bad core pans, and it can win games where no agendas appear, which is super weird. Yeah, that is a very notable part, of course. But I agree, there's some matchups that seem largely unwinnable, which is a hard thing to bring to a tournament. Maybe not my favorite kind of sort of experience. I need to look into this, but I don't know if my working on new JNet, asking the rule team tricky questions, occasionally streaming accounts as content creation for these purposes. It might be, Lucille.
I think it probably does.
Yeah.
Talk to Izzy.
Andre gave me the editor's curse and my doctor can't cure it by prescribing a lack of shaper. That sounds odd on reading our crit.
Yeah.
Any OBS tools from pulling a card midstream? There's no tools specifically from NSG, but you have the assets to build something. But I think that's the sort of thing that will be shared, like probably outside of NSG, that people have things. You can ask people. It's pinned? What's pinned? Typically refer to 99% visible editor's curse problem, the long snapper problem, football reference. Spiff, I don't know football enough.
Yeah. Also, I just got back from another country, so do you mean soccer?
So we have some events coming up.
Sorry.
On the 6th is an AMT. A lot of people have already registered. It starts at like 5 in the morning. It starts really soon. So if you want to play an AMT, it is this weekend. These are free to enter. These have been popping up, obviously new sets. So if you want to get involved, there's that. If you're in the local area, mind you, we have a CO. It's labeled as a game night kit for some reason on ABR. But we have a circuit open at Lebis that Nick is running. I'm looking to be there. I'm a bit under the weather, but I should be better by Sunday for sure. And these are a lot of fun. We had an event on Tuesday. A lot of people came out. It was a good time.
I am going. If you scroll down, I am already listed as going. So I guess you'll see me there.
Oh, and Eric, your tool for pulling cards is pinned. Very, very cool. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Speaking of things that don't sound right, my tool is pinned. Jesus, Eric, come
on. Other stuff really quickly, EU store temporary closure. I don't know if you read this. The EU store is like just cursed. Like
it really does seem to be.
It's been a mess over there, unfortunately. I don't follow too much. I know it's like always a circus, but unfortunately, like Kronos Post, or shipping partner, it looks like, or sorry, that's not a person. Is that person's name? I read this. Hector. Yeah, Hector apparently injured himself, broke his arm on Monday, which like.
I didn't know about that part of it. That's really terrible. Sorry.
Yeah, hopefully you're doing better, excuse me, soon. But yeah, it looks like someone got quite hurt, so they can't just do the thing that they're doing. It's like a one-person operation. Like if one person goes down, obviously at the scale of the operation, the whole thing goes down.
Yeah. So obviously, I don't think Shu's doctor can help with this.
There's not enough shapers to not play to fix that some days, you know? Yeah, so just, keep patient with that if you can, but shout out to the folks who do the sort of distribution job, because it's obviously incredibly important. So hopefully you're feeling better soon, Hector. This is a really quick one. We're not going to dive into too much, but the rules, comprehensive rules
I don't mind if we do.
There's small changes to comprehensive rules on 24.03. Everything's flagged at the top. I don't think it's anything that actually like builds new archetypes the way that like gank loops change. We'll just take a second to go over these ideas. Again, I don't think any of this functionally changes much, but there's only like 5 bullet points, so whatever. So there's a list of subtypes. I didn't know this, but you have to list all the legal subtypes. So assassination, mandate, academic, and deepnet are now added. I think NSG said that they want to go out of the way to not add subtypes to both runners and corp cards, and deepnet just broke that.
Yep, that's true. Deepnet has now appeared on a corp card and a runner card.
Yeah.
So whoops.
Not sure what that's about exactly. Whether that's meant to have more important links, but the fact that we'll never see runner academic cards, and yet there's deepnet cards on both sides. Not sure what that's about.
Maybe we'll see like an ID that's like runner academic. No, probably not.
Probably not. But like, how's Dr. Nuka not an academic? How's Beatrice not an academic? Like, it's such a strange subtype disconnect to me. Add rule 3.4.4a to allow modification to ice strength for the remainder of this run to work the same as modification to icebreaker strength. Namely, if an encounter takes place outside of a run, these effects last for the remainder of the encounter. So the idea is that if something boosts the strength of all ice, like a tributary, and then you encounter like a sapper or like an archangel, these are cards not in standard. Apparently that should work. I'm surprised that it didn't work like that. That's just kind of working the way I think you assumed it was. So nothing really to worry about there. Professor Reprint, let's go. Yeah, right, Steven? Add a rule 5.2.3a clarifying when conditions and costs related to the basic action apply. What does that mean? I don't actually know what that means.
Maybe that's for Awakened Dreamer.
If an ability has a trigger condition related to an effect being performed with the basic action, that trigger condition is met by any basic action that performs the indicated effect. If an ability imposes a cost on performing an effect with the basic action, that cost applies to any instance that indicated effect that would occur. I don't think that actually means anything to me, but basically anything that modifies basic actions, like trashing.
So this relates to like exactly Seb's ability that affects the corp basic action.
Okay, that's too smart for me. Updated wording for the met conditions. Okay. Rule 9.6a to clarify how conditional abilities check requirements refer to past game states. This is the sort of idea that like a card that says the first time you've done this per turn doesn't have to see the thing that's already happened. So this came up as a rules question in our last G&K. If someone draws a card, then installs a class act, do you get the scry draw from class act? The answer is no, because you've already drawn this turn. It doesn't matter if the class act came down or not. So some conditional abilities refer to the game state before the trigger condition was met using the word had. Had is such a silly word. The previous game state referred to is the game state at the time of step 10.3.1 of A. Oh yeah. So this matters for things like has no advancement counters. So the idea is that like it can check itself because it can understand what happened before the thing happened.
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't think
so.
This
is like a memory thing. Yeah, this works how I expect it to. Had is a very frustrating word as a writer dealing with editors. Like if I write the phrase like, "I wish I had your help yesterday," and the editors keep on removing the second half. Like, no, they're both meant to be there, and I have to like go back and forth for a while.
This also is really neat. We saw cards that say the word mode on them, like business as usual. I was convinced it said mode on it, and I realized it does say mode on it. It just says it lower. It says this idea. You may also resolve the other mode on threat 3. It doesn't describe what mode is. That's honestly not the most common English term, but it's something that shows up when people talk about modal cards.
Exactly. This is a modal card, and I didn't even though I knew this was a modal card, I didn't think of the two options as different modes. I
Yeah,
didn't connect that, but here we go. It makes sense, and I mean, I'm glad that it's like
that's a cool
called
term
out
for
as
it.
it's its own keyword, basically. Yeah.
But like buy a bands doesn't say mode on it, but I don't think it needs to say mode on it. I just wonder if that
Mhm.
formatting is going to come up. It says to like resolve
Yep.
2 in the following of the any order, which I think is the same as this. Resolve 1 of the
Mhm.
following. So mode only shows up when like some sort of more interesting text on it. What is
Yeah.
important to know though, with things like buy a bands that this does clarify, is that you don't have to decide any of your decisions before you resolve the decision. So the idea, and this
Mm.
shouldn't be a surprise if you've been playing it, for maybe some people do, you can choose to draw 2 cards, then decide the
And
second
then
mode.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, you can decide. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you don't have to
I
commit to them.
yeah, I like Neon Sack. I love how it's impossible to explain rules to a card game without talking about the cards as if they were sentient. Yeah, see, this card will remember if you advanced a card this turn. So,
Never forget.
mhm.
John, where Bill had been correct. Yeah.
Mhm.
Depends on what the definition of is network rules, probably. Um, so I think for 95% of people, 99% of people, this update, like, it's sick. But you know, it's
Mhm.
not something you need to stay on top of. What you do need to stay on top of though is now the website rules.nullsignal.games. So basically the NSG website
Mhm.
with a rules prefix takes you to the comprehensive rules document, not as a PDF.
Mm.
So this is
Nice.
sick if you want to pull this up on your phone at an event as an organizer, as a judge, as a player, whatever
Mhm.
you need to do. And obviously you can search through this using search functions on whatever you have. But this is sick because now
Mhm.
it's really easy to get to this and bookmark this without having to go to NSG, then go to like the players tab and then go to like rules page and then click on comprehensive rules document. This is so much easier. And this is the
Mhm.
big thing that you have to keep understand when it comes to the
Mhm.
rules update, not those like minor things, which like bless the rules team, they're doing the best work. But this is what I
Mhm.
think most people care about. This is sick.
Yeah.
You can link to rules too. What do you mean? Oh, you can link to rules. Check this
Oh,
out,
I see. You can
Patrick.
highlight, get a
So
link.
if
Yeah,
someone
pretty
gets
cool.
angry and then you can like, yeah, there actually is a recurring section. Oh, that's
Mhm.
sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's very useful.
Oh, that is hella cool. So now when someone's like, I don't understand how it works, you can just like link this. You can have it, you know, you're
Yeah.
playing some Nuvum deck with some unintuitive combo. You can just be like,
Mhm.
paste. Yeah, that's
And you can
that's really cool.
Discord will show you the rules preview correctly in line 2. That's pretty cool.
Oh, sick. The Discord
Mhm.
integration shows the rules you link to. That's really cool. I knew none of that. That's even
Mhm.
wilder for me. I was just happy with this text document, but that's even better. I can link
Uh-huh.
to G, the event subtypes are conditioned. Someone could be like, Andre, what are the event subtypes? And it's actually ruled that underscore that event does subtypes. What the heck?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
man. You pronounced opdeck wrong? Excuse me. All right. I think that's it for rules,
This
Patrick.
yeah, I guess so.
Is there any other news on your side? I think we're going to do some deck building.
I've got like I think that this box that I just got is the like the World Breakers expansion box, but
Oh, cool.
that
Indigo
that's
Prophecy?
yeah, that's my news.
Nice. You kickstarted that, huh?
I didn't actually. I bought it after the Kickstarter.
From where?
I think it was just like as part of the kick like some Kickstarters now, they're like
Oh,
even
it's just a
after it's
store?
gone, like
Yeah.
it still just becomes like a story,
I
exactly.
thought you picked it up at a store. That's cool. I know it's on store shelves. Like I
Mm,
saw when I was last at 401 Games that
mhm.
World Breakers on shelves. NSG slash the network community being software wizards makes so much sense. Yeah. I haven't done the Indigo Sisterhood solo yet, but the cards are
Mm,
neat. Nice. Okay, Patrick.
cool.
It's
Yes,
it's a maths
Mercury.
problem.
Okay.
So we're gonna play the sort of Mercury that like
Wait,
I
it's a
don't like.
maths problem? I'm sorry, did you just come back from vacation in the UK?
Okay, so excuse me for the flashbang, but hyper geometric calculator.
Covering
So flashbang. Okay, not too bad.
Mhm.
Cror, my only wish for the rules doc is I wish 9.63a or 9 underscore 6 underscore 3 underscore a
Mm,
or something would work as shortcut links. So if I remember the rule number, I don't have to find the rule to get the right link. Oh yeah, that's cool.
hmm.
How much bypass are we playing? All of it. We're playing all of the
Oh god.
bypass. We're playing as little breakers as possible.
Mhm.
So check this out. Corp deck is
Okay. I
49
I I
cards.
remember I remember this website, yeah.
How many
Let's
agendas do
see.
they play on average? Let's say 10. 9 is not
Mhm.
uncommon. And they're going to draw an opening hand of 6 cards after mandatory draw. We're going to run
Mhm.
HQ and we're going to see 2 cards, right? So basically
Mhm.
ABR at them, yes. But I want to argue that Inside Job HQ turn 1 is actually a really good play.
Mhm.
So the idea with Mercury, for those who are not familiar, Mercury says that when once per turn, when they breach a central server, if they have not broken any subroutines, they can see an additional card. So that means, of course, you can just let subroutines fire. Tithe is pretty bad into Mercury. But more importantly, if you inside job, Melange Gem, Fazarum, and Tangler, there's a lot of ways that you can get in there. Coin flipping, yes, coin flipping, but those are really good odds. If you can get the game down to a coin flip, you're in a pretty okay spot. So the idea is, if a corporation has an opening hand, and mind you, if they mulligan, if they keep, it's a bit different, because if they keep, they probably don't have a terrible hand, but if they mulligan, they have on an average hand. Could be worse, could be better, nothing to say about that. But on general, with 6 cards, the chance the corporation has an agenda is 77% to have 1 or more agendas, right? So 77% of the chance, after they draw their mandatory draw, they have an agenda in hand. 77% time, at least 1 agenda. Now, what is the opening play most corps take on turn 1 against a criminal?
Ice HQ, money, maybe Ice R&D, or yeah, let's say that. Ice.
Cool.
Money.
Ice. Let's say they do ice money. Say they do ice credit. Heaven forbid they do ice credit. Heaven forbid it's 2017 and they do ice hedge fund, right? So now they're holding 3 cards in hand. So you see what I'm saying? If you inside job HQ,
yeah, I see. Okay,
cards,
so yeah, they have 3 cards in hand. What are the chances
that you're going to inside job the agenda? It's high. It's really high.
It is quite high.
Yeah, it's like above 70%. Sample size is 2, not 6 if you're looking for a chance to hit an agenda. Is it? I'm not actually really good at this. I don't think it is 2.
It's 2 successes.
Because you don't need 2 successes. You're getting 2 getting 2 samples. Sorry, you're getting 2 pulls, but only 1 success. So it's not exactly 2, I don't think. I'm not the best to ask about this.
And the sample size is 3, right?
No, because you care about the hand. This will be the chance of them having it in 3 cards, but it's actually 6 cards down to 3. So that's also not exactly correct. It's hard to sample this. In theory now, we're basically running to see half of their hand, 2 of 4 if they do ice, or most of their hand if they do ice hedge fund. And then we're saying that every card in hand has about a 77% chance to be an agenda. That's not exactly right. I said that kind of wrong, but you can kind of get an idea where I'm getting here with the numbers. Somebody smarter than me will write this in the comments.
The agendas are not being installed as ice. And the agendas are not being played. Yeah.
So that means the sort of inside job HQ rule is like relatively good. So we're just going to try and put off as much pressure as we can using Mercury and ignoring big parts of the card game, which is like ice and breaking stuff. So let's build the deck. Checking with the core mulligan is also very useful information. Yeah, if they kept their hand, this is a less likely great play. That being said, they can 6th card mandatory draw an agenda, but they're probably not going to keep a hand with 2 agendas. So you're right. If they mulligan, that's better for us on average. If they keep, they on average have a better hand. So we have to keep that in mind. The solution to play Ob and turn off IJ with border control. If they border control HQ on turn 1, you're laughing. Like, that's still good for you.
Yeah. Let's see. What is HA? What am I missing about HA?
There's an argument that HA should still fire after LTF. Oh, it's a rules conversation with Crow, I think. Or Solomir.
Oh, sorry.
9.1 HG, the rule that says the hostile architecture. Hostile architecture technically fires its ability from archives when itself is trashed.
Oh.
Is that true?
But like the fire negates that because it's how you think it should work?
I run singletons of Docklands, Era, Marion, Sneak Door, my Mercury deck, and it's fun. Yeah, I think we're going to play a lot of stuff like that, Seabag.
Yeah.
We're so deep in the rules. I made this in startup and it was fun. Using that idea you mentioned in a previous stream, I put in a prepaid shell. I'd argue that we don't even need to go prepaid. Maybe we do, but we're just going to play like as much on on tempo central pressure that we can. So cards that are really good. Mary's really good because now
for sure
we can just like Maker's Eye.
Becomes a 3 access.
Yeah, it's just Maker's Eye R&D whenever the heck you want. Like that seems wild. We'll play 2 Marys. We're gonna
Eru seems okay, right? Like I one thing about Eru when Mercury first came out, but like if we could just like go through archives instead of the normal way.
Sneak Door's good. We'll play 2 Sneak Doors.
Door, of course, yeah.
Estebrado, 3. We got to play the good stuff, right? Like we're still going to pressure centrals. So sure gamble. We're still going to like bravado remote servers. I think emergency shutdown's actually also a really good play because if you run HQ, they res, you shut it down, you're coming back in. Like it's hard to play around that. Window of opportunity also on centrals is a really hard play to play around because they don't want to res into it.
Yeah, for
tap
sure.
back in the first thing I see in Merc deck with the first cards being inside job over gamble. Oh yeah, Jai. I think that's accurate. I think that's generally accurate. I assume Beatrice isn't great here. No, Beatrice is not great because with Beatrice you have to run and then you have to break ice. Backstitching is a maybe. I think before backstitching, I'd rather play like Melange. Like Melange seems really, really good. We could play Fazarum. Like, we can just do as much as we want. 3x Hermes, yeah, 3x Hermes. Just get it down.
Yeah, Hermes for sure.
Boomerang's like iffy because it doesn't do Mercury stuff.
That's true. Boomerang breaks subroutines, you fool.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to do that.
And put in FAO to pressure servers without having to break anything. Okay, yeah.
This one seems a bit more difficult to me. Like, we still need a lot of card draw and a lot of money, right? Well, not money. We need like career fair, maybe. We need Earthrise.
Earthrise and Class Act.
Class Act. We have all this influence to do nonsense.
If we've got career fair, might as well do daily casts.
Put an on to punish them when they don't res the response to bypass. I think you're right that could be sicko mode, but the thing with Mercury is I want to build clean Mercury, like simple, straightforward Mercury, not like tricksy Mercury, where it's like if I have these 3 cards in my hand, Mercury does something. I just want to have Mercury straightforward. Like banner? No, we don't need banner. We're not going to break stuff. Like just straightforward Mercury. Just pressure, unending pressure.
Okay. Do we do laser pointer?
It doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Like if anything, Kappa bar is better, right? Because Kappa bar is playable. Banner doesn't break stuff. I'd rather play banner instead of banner. Like I'd rather play Kurapira and just like have a breaker for remote servers that can bypass centrals. Yeah, alarm clock. Alarm clock's great. That's a good shout. We'll have 2
alarm clock is a good one. Yeah.
Andre, I think Pure Gas Mercury is actually just Arsana. Yeah, but you can't inside job turn 1. HQ. How do we spend 15 influence? Like, do we just play what's the bypass card from Adam? Cure Period does break stuff? Yeah, but only sometimes.
Oh, why am I blanking on the Logic Bomb?
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good use. I think we're probably actually better off playing diesels, right?
Yeah, I was just saying
like much card draw as possible.
3 diesels.
Botchless, we don't want to do botchless because it breaks subroutines. Like we just don't want to break subroutines.
If we don't have this many resources, we don't need 3 career fairs, right?
Our money is garbage. You're right. It's not great, but our money is really bad.
Okay, so
the problem is like we don't need money. None of our breakers use money besides Fizerum. My influence went towards Diesel and VR-cation. Startup card draws hard. Yeah, Diesel for sure. I don't know what to do further than that.
Creative Commission, Steel Skin.
Abigail. So that's the thing is like these are cards that require you to spend a lot of money. Like installing Abigail to 4 just to bypass 1 code gate doesn't make a lot of sense when our deck has Inside Job, Estebrado, Window Opportunity, Melandra Gems, Fizerum. You see what I mean?
Hey John. Yeah, I went to dinner with let's say almost all the important people at my video game studio, and I told them I have a hard out for 8 p.m. and then I ran off to.
He was late, John. He was actually late. I was worried. He showed up at 8:44.
Yeah.
Always have a backup plan. Yeah, there's a chance like I would do backstitching first. I don't know how much. Oh, apparently that's too much influence. I think Nuka's okay. I think Nuka is slow. I think we want something in the middle, but that is clearly 15 influence. We just need to play 2 good cards. What are
daily casts?
Is there something better?
I've never heard of a better card, but I guess in theory, like I'm open to the possibility of it. How was the rest of dinner, John? Is it dirty laundry? Might be dirty laundry. It might
be. Cody, how's it going? Yeah, like it could just be backstitching. Yeah, daily cast is probably fine, right? Like it gives us, background pressure while we're doing, forward stuff. So we have 3 class act, Nuka class act. We might drop 1 class act for Earthrise. That could be okay. 1x Debbie. The thing is like Debbie, it's never going to matter because we have no way to spend money during a run. We literally have no way to spend money during a run besides trashing stuff, right?
Yeah, true. But like once you got Debbie down, you can just like click her for every run, right?
Well, that's the thing. Debbie's always down. She's downtown.
Oh my God, that's true. I wish so. Debbie's never been up. Oh
never
my God.
Uptown. No.
In the next set, we have Ursula uptown.
Yeah.
I'll figure this out. We'll work on this.
So let's just cut 1 card here. Just pressure. Cup is great. Definitely Cup. Oh, Cup is actually good. Yeah, you're right. This is a good Cup deck.
I just thought of my unhinged card.
Is it
Ursula
Debbie
Uptown? It's Ursula Uptown. Yeah.
Entangling does cost. Yeah, it does, but like you don't need to build around it. Yeah, Cupulation is a really good suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's our asset spam card and gives us more central pressure. Yeah, I don't like Amelia because I don't think we care about it that much. We're bypassing stuff. Susie Side Alley Guzman. Okay, now we suddenly have to cut 4 cards because maybe 3 cubulation is nonsense. Maybe it's not.
I read that first as Susie Sidereal Guzman. Like, oh yeah, this is the person who like cares about astronomy and the placement of the celestial objects.
Do we cut capybaras? They seem good.
I'd be okay with 1 capybara. I'm not a big fan of this card, but I guess in this deck, like, if you're ever going to use capybara, it's in this deck.
Susie.
Scissors.
Yo, Pat, do you have
Some-
your glasses for the eclipse?
I do, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're not in the path of totality though, right? So we're not going to get like a
No.
good show.
Cut a
I guess
woo.
I should-
Woo's sick.
Hmm.
Window opportunity sick in this deck, isn't it?
Teresa, 3-body problem, Grim.
3 cards sick. Okay, wait. We need a Docklands.
Yeah, is Window of Opportunity 3 cards sick? That's a question.
It's really good with like Docklands. It's good with Hermes. It's good with Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's not good with Mary. It's Programmer Hardware. It's good with Cupulation. It's better than it looks, I think. Like we need to give it an honest, it's honest shot at it. I think it is really good because we need. It's like our game plan is different than Reg. In a Reg criminal deck, yeah, it'd be cut by now, but we're not Reg. Do you need 3x Hermes? I think it's one of the most impactful cards to hit the table as soon as possible.
Yeah, I absolutely think so.
Let's cut.
I've only ever read the first book in the series. I like it. I like it and I dislike it in equal measure. Like there's some parts of the first book, the 3-body problem, like the character who describes how she was feeling after her father died as being like a Geiger counter that's been exposed to too much radiation and will forever read 0 as like a description of going through shock is an incredible description. But so much else about the rest of the series and the book, like I'm just not feeling it. It's big ideas, but I'd be more interested if it were nonfiction. Like I've watched Kurzgesagt videos that I found more entertaining than those books, and they cover the same topics in 10 minutes. I'll probably watch the Netflix series anyway.
Do we play 47? Do we cut QP?
47 is the magic number.
46, 1 QP down. Needs more econ, dirty laundry. I think we might be. Is Tranquilizer maybe real? It's too slow for what we're trying to do. Okay. Like we also have Physarum, so we don't want them to purge. If they purge a single Physarum, we're winning, right? Yeah, 46 looks fine. Like look at this hand, right?
Yeah, that looks fine. Nuka, Bravado.
Yeah, you Physarum, Bravado probably. Execute, yeah, let's go. Reg, Mercury. And by Reg, I mean Inside Job, R&D, C3 cards. I wish my Chinese was good enough to read the series the original.
Yeah, I'm like I've enjoyed reading some like books in the original French and that I've also read in the translation. It's like, yeah, it's an interesting experience. But I trust Ken Liu as a translator so profoundly, I guess, because I like his like as a writer himself, he's so strong. Uh-oh, have you broken the number of decks you're allowed to have?
No, I think I just can't import a non-published deck.
Yeah, that's very true. There's like cultural references and specifically Cultural Revolution references that are probably being lost in there. Yeah, like I said, I enjoy Ken Liu as a writer himself, so I'm happy if I'm reading it as like, oh yeah, this is a Ken Liu filtering of Sijin Liu.
3-body problem is a very serious book. A cop shoots a nuclear bomb to disarm it. Very intellectual. I don't know anything about the conversation behind this book or series to know whether that's true or not. Time to run my script. Yeah, at least y'all might need to, huh? Just nuke it from orbit. Let's try this. Okay, so in chat it was said that like a lot of corps are resing like Tempo Pause device. I think we've seen a couple decks today where that's the case. Like we ran into 2D res decks. I think that's not what you expect, but we'll do it.
Okay. I am so stuffed up.
Yeah, your sniffles are coming through, man. You want to blow your nose?
Oh no! Oh man, it's really hit. I'm gonna walk away for a second, and hopefully it will fix things. I'll be back in a minute or two.
Oh, this is miserable. It's a Smari with only 6 agendas. Uh-oh. This is not good for us. So we have to always have 5 credits. Mind you, this could be like Neurospike. I think we're really good into Neurospike with the amount of inside jobs and stuff we have. But if this is Smari with 6 agendas, Zenid, Sinus, Moreira. Physarum Daily Cast, pretty. Not exactly what we want. We want an inside job HQ. They're going to call event Andre held the sniff was coming back for so long. Yeah, I was getting there. I hope our match will be a delightful one. Oh, I don't. I'm worried. But our hypergeometry, yeah. Now, okay, they can start their turn. I'll do our hypergeometry now. 44, sample size 6, number of successes 6. The chance of finding an agenda in our opening hand is 60%. The problem is it's Bologna, so it's actually harder than 60% because we need money on turn 1. So maybe the after image stealth bypass actually working. That's my first cool move in Netrunner. Yeah, after image is like a cool Mercury card, right? Because it does bypass. And they can do like that. Kurapira. I don't think he played Banner. Bologna will wreck you. Now we just like click for credits or whatever. No big deal. No, they can't ISO both their servers. Yeah, we're in a really bad spot. This is the matchup where you will, admittedly, Fazaraming at like a Hydra is pretty good for you. Oh, okay. Well, this is not the play I expected because this is weak to a lot of things like diversion. We'll give them 2 credits. We have no way to make a good run. Let's see, both in HQ.
And I'm back.
NAPD Corden. Uh-oh. Reshita or re-education? With Corden, it might be re-education, yeah.
I'm reading people's comments on the sinuses.
I don't think we can deal with that now. Rhyme. Yeah, this looks like the old re-education list. That's okay. Court is almost re-education. Yeah, I agree. So I think this is the old re-education list. If that's the case, we just want to get our money up. We can Fazarum the remote server. I don't think there's a barrier the deck ran that we can't deal with Melandragem. So what do we do here? Daily cast Nuka, I think. Rashida, nice.
Coke and Sympathy, it's Kurzgesagt.
Yeah, that's the like animated YouTube educational content stuff.
I'll put it.
It's hard to spell.
It is hard to spell. Yeah.
I think if you get close to it, autocorrect will get you there.
Yeah, like they have a video on like the Dark Forest, which is also the title of the second book in the series.
Rap has 7 strength. Yeah, we have the inside job rap. You're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In a nutshell, is a must. Curses suck. I
heard Chris something. I've watched Chris. Yeah, Chris is like commonly recommended across the internet. So the deck is on Toll Booth. Fazaraming a Toll Booth is like illegal. We have E shutdown, so if we can get Edward to like res, and that's the problem is if you're inside jobbing, there's not a lot of resing happening. But if you can get a res. Kurz, short, Gasat, said. Oh, cool.
Oh, thank you.
We gained non-equivalent money. That's good. So this is going to draw us too many cards.
That's a lot of Melandragem.
Yeah, that's some. The Dark Forest really is a different book for the rest of the series. D, how's it going?
That's too bad because it's the second book in the series. I think. I can't remember what the third one's called.
Okay, the problem is the threat text on this is not going to matter, and there's some big ice in the deck. What can we bypass with Melandragem? Ping? Hermes Fazarum, send it. We don't need to yet because we can't steal Bologna. We want to have 5 credits before.
Are they still focusing on an event? Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think they're going to anything else. Here reminds you threat 3. We're supposed to run fast, yeah, but then the deck has 6 agendas. Like you can't. Oh, so we can lose this turn. It's just ping. It is just ping, I think.
Okay, so we have to get the server 1 ice.
Yeah, okay. So if it's Bologna, we can't steal it. If it's a re-education, they have to have Seamless, Narrow Spike in their hand. We know that they have Corden in their hand, and I don't know what the other card. What is the other card we saw?
We can steal it if we credit.
Yeah, but then they have to res ice.
Well, they res ice when we Melandragem.
It has to be 3 strength or less.
Unless we just remove it from the game. Oh, no, it's only threat 4. It's only threat 4. Ah, threat. It's a good mechanic.
Rhyme. Yeah, okay. So there's a chance we just die here. If we do, we do. Like, I don't think there's much we can do about it. We could do Fazarum, run it, but it's more likely to be an NGO or Bologna. So I think the best thing we can do is get our credits up. If we die, we die. Leech to support Melandragem is a thing. It doesn't work because this is when you encounter, and you can only use Leech when you are encountering. So the amount of cards that work with Melandragem is actually like very, very, very small. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, fine.
Logism seems bad here. Yeah, and Asmari's bad, but like NGO, that's perfect. A lot of decks are defined by having 3 costs, 3 strength ice. This is just not one of them.
All right, so it's an NGO.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing we didn't run.
Oh yeah, 100%. So now we can install Melandrigem. Sorry, Fizerum. We can run. If it's ping, we're fine, and we can steal Bologna. We want to res this because E shutdown will pull it down. Cost 4 to install, yeah, but it's really scary. Like Message Chesto for 2, that's really good. Cost 2 to bypass, yeah.
Yeah, easy.
This is an agenda.
Another NGO.
Shit. That's fine.
Of course.
That's not fine. That's not fine. Draw. So now we have Inside Job HQ, which on this turn they should have an agenda in hand. And now they have to put a second ice in front of the Fizerum. I wonder if like Simulchip is actually okay.
To move the Fizerum around? Around? Yeah. Or rescue it after a purge.
If they purge, it's okay. So here's where I'd love to have a shutdown. Admittedly, like shutting down Message Chesto, that's Fizerum, just not that important. What's the plan if they just purge the 3 Fizerum over the course of the game? Win on Center's pressure?
Yeah, we've won by then.
Yeah, hopefully. Like, this is not going to be an easy matchup. Our easier matchups is like PD and Ace and stuff. Oh my god. Do you think it's the 3rd NGO front?
It must be. It must be.
I'll pay 2 credits to find out. There's no way.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not doing much.
Like, what else could it be? Like Scion?
No. Yeah, it's a BM NGO play. Yeah, it's fine. With 3 NGOs front out until the Spin Doctor comes up, like we don't have to worry about things in our remote server. So I think we just click for 3. Like our hand is exactly what we need.
Because we're assuming that they don't have like if they draw an agenda, they're not going to install it behind that Messney.
No, they'll install ice in front of the Messney. Eventually they'll purge. So now they've gone through like 16
now
cards?
Feels like a good time to attack attack HQ.
We'll run the Spin Doctor and see what happens. HQ full points. At this point, it should have 2 agendas. Oh, my stomach is falling apart.
Should we try running R&D and then the Spin Doctor and then see if they shuffle R&D to try again?
No, because we can't let them res the ice. If it's a Hydra, it's really bad. Okay, they're going to shuffle away their agendas. Yeah. Now HQ's not juicy. But at least if they shuffle back 2 agendas, they're not shuffling back NGO friends. This is strange. Window opportunity not looking so hot this game with Corp on 32 credits. No, but it's click compression. Yeah, my stomach's feeling really bad suddenly.
Oh no.
Do you think we died at punitive on archives? If it's punitive, we just inside job R&D and win, right? 2 agendas back. And it'd be Cordon thrown out. Whoa, not what I was expecting. Okay. So if we nuka, we're gonna have too many cards.
Do we just no, we wait for Eru to be useful.
We wait for Pretty. Pretty is our best card, so we can see 3 on R&D with inside jobs. So I think we do nuka. Oh, that's terrible. That's really quite bad.
Yeah, we're gonna lose some windows.
Yeah, these windows are not looking good right now.
Is Melandrigem
it's not unique, no. So maybe I just don't think we install them. Curse draw, yeah. Sneak draw would be a good draw here. Keepulation is definitely something. So if we inside job centrals to get a bit more pressure.
You're right. There's a lot of better draws.
Window Fizerum. Yeah, it's just not run HQ, window HQ. I think we would window R&D if anything, because agendas are in R&D. Yeah, let's window R&D. I just like worried that we're gonna overextend and put too many of our like Fizerums. We need them to contest the remote server because of its re-education combo. But our opponent could have pushed if they had the agenda and they shuffle 2 agendas. Like they're not playing to oh, we Fizerum to Hydra. That seems good.
That seems good, right? Yeah, okay, good. And we're accessing 2, so that's fine.
Predictive. Bummer. So we can now window the Hydra again next turn. And over and over again. I think we actually throw out the Melandrigem.
Yeah, sure.
Purge incoming? Yeah, probably.
Purge would be smart, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you still window it. Admittedly, oh, no purge. Never mind. You can't window it no more. So they have Planogram in hand. We don't know what that is. Spin Doctor Rashida, we're not that worried yet. We could check it with Inside Job, but I don't think we need to. Alarm Clock is very good.
Alarm Clock's great, yeah. And we already have Hermes, yeah. We're good. This is
Yeah,
good.
we're putting
We're
putting a
great.
lot of
We're
pressure. We're
great.
sheet out. Great. Because we wanted Edward to draw cards there. So it's 2 planograms. There needs to be a second ice on HQ. A purge happened. That's totally fine. We're gonna Alarm Clock.
Yeah,
HQ.
they're gonna be. Yep.
Yeah, Docklands Pass might be a 2 of in the deck. I'm not sure. Yeah, seeing agenda and bouncing the Hydra that they don't re-res is like obviously messed up.
Yeah, this is going to be a great HQ run.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be the best HQ run I've ever seen. We're going to get 7 points somehow.
So hopefully they res something really big here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a message, so we'll double click through that. So we're going to see 2. We're going to cupulate one of the cards. It's a rhyme. I don't think we cupulation that.
No, I guess not.
Got to cupulate something. How many cupulation do we have? 2? Like we should cupulate the win con. I guess we're gonna cupulate that. Whatever. Next turn we can see 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Draw. I don't think we can afford that. I'm just gonna click for credit. We need to keep Bologna money on all turns. Oh, we access without Bologna money there. That's on us actually. That's
my wealth.
Yeah. Just gotta steal something. So I'm assuming Edward might have thrown out planogram. Oh, they had another hedge fund. So what's their hand? Rhyme, planogram, maybe. Anyway, yeah. Oh, okay. So they threw out other stuff. So they could have they have a rhyme. They could have another planogram. But they need another ice on HQ here. We're just gonna send it every turn. We're gonna throw the cupulation at it. We're gonna see a whole hand. All but 1, right? Yeah, this is why we need to keep 5 credits.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
19 cards on R&D, right? Oh shit.
They've ruined the act.
Okay, hold on. Do we do it to force a res? I think we do.
Yeah, we can still run to force a res. I think that's fine.
Because eventually we debrato this, and by eventually I mean we'll lose the game. It's a Hydra. Okay.
Yeah, easy.
So double click through that, jack out. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, now we just need money.
Yeah, that's the problem. We need money. It might have been better to cup the rhyme thanks to Alarm Clock. Tanks alarm. Yeah, you're right. Actually, a rhyme there is worse for us than a Hydra. We definitely didn't need to take the hedge fund. We have slowed them down enough though. Draw 1. Okay, Esperado only is matter. Threat 4 is terrible text into this deck.
Yeah, we're not going to get there. Not for a while.
I'm worried that they're going to put the rhyme in front of it too. So, okay. We really need to not play against Glacier. Imagine trying to knife this deck though, right? Like this is the problem. Knifing this deck seems kind of hard. How many pieces of econ do we have in the deck? Not a lot.
Yeah, don't ask that question. I don't think that's a good question to ask.
But like in theory, we're meant to getting through most of the ice with Melandra Gem Alarm Clock. It's just like having 2 plus 3 strength ice on HQ is not very common. We're at 6. So Iru's right there. Yeah, but if we play Iru, we don't have Bologna money. Like we want to wait for them to score at 1 for Iru to do damage. We also want Mary as well, I think.
Oh, like you want them to score out so Hermes triggers and then and Aru's threat text is also active. Yep.
Yeah. Iru's not bad though. It's just we can't afford to play Iru and then clear tags.
Alright, so maybe a bunch of credits.
We'll draw a bit.
Yeah. Having 2 knives should count as threat 6. There will probably be a card. This is not me knowing cards, but like if threat is to remain like a keyword, a mechanic, will there be a card that says like consider threat to be 3 higher than it currently is or something like that?
Wait, we can do Iru and then we can see a bunch of cards on R&D. We just need more money, right? Because we can do Iru cupulation. Oh no, cupulation is HQ. But like this is an agenda for sure considering the NGO front situation. So let's draw into a sneak door. We don't show that. I don't think we want to show Iru because like whichever one we show, it's bad for us.
Yeah, we don't want to reveal it. And they both do pretty much similar things, so
Do we window of opportunity R&D?
That feels pretty decent, honestly. They wouldn't re-res a
Yeah, they can't
Hydra.
afford to. It costs 5. Yeah, I think we window of opportunity R&D.
Intimidation increases threat.
Feels like the deck is just staring out its windows. Hey yo.
Oh yeah, Lucille, that'd be fun. I mean, like I like threat when it's not modified. It's just like, yeah, okay, now the game is rolling. Now we can activate our haymaker effects and stuff like that. Like that's pretty cool.
You
But
would
you know, it is another lever to adjust if we ever want to.
you wouldn't re-res a Hydra. It's fair.
Mm.
It only costs 5, right? Like if the subroutine's fire, it's only 5.
Feels like this deck is just staring out its windows, huh, Z-Bag?
They res a wraparound.
Hmm.
We can't deal with a wraparound.
Yeah, that's strength 7, huh?
That's too much strength.
Man, my kingdom for a tycoon.
So I think the problem here is if they do like advanced Corden, we're cooked. If that's the case, though, we can always like do Eero and hope that we can steal something.
Man, if we had banner.
No, banner's also strength 5. Oh, but it's a fractor. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is a fractor.
I think threat 4 would probably be used more sparingly, like the Gulf threat 3/4. Yeah, threat 4 is unplayably bad. Threat 4 is terrible. And it's just like 3-pointers C play. It's like very, very bad text into all of this sort of like slow, grindy Netrunner decks. And the ones that are actually scoring out where threat 4 actually gets hit, the game's over in 2 turns. So like threat 4 just doesn't make a lot of sense.
I forgot that banner was a card that had strength that mattered.
Yeah, and it can't boost its own strength.
Yeah.
It is downsize. Which comments? I'm not sure. Sorry.
Oh, maybe the chat. He's asking for like chat's comments. I mean, we're not going to do that. That's like the equivalent of us stream sniping for you.
I wonder if the spectators are excited. I mean, you just res a wraparound.
People are going nuts for wraparound. Wraparound is a star. They're happy it's back.
Yeah, they're meant to fire though. Wraparound, let's go. Yeah, Hydra's res. Okay, credit. So our play is either Eero or Sneak Door. I think Eero is more likely, but Sneak Door sees the whole hand. It comes down to whether
hurts Ari. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, Ari. There's a lot of reasons to play wraparound right now. Ari, Audrey,
what is
Amo.
What is Ari's barrier breaker right now?
Depends what you're doing. Probably Cleaver Turbine. I think you can do Muse Propeller. I think Pressure Spike is pretty bad.
Propeller makes some sense, yeah.
No. Oh, Propeller. Sorry. Yeah, Propeller does. Propeller Muse is fine. Like I feel like all the breakers that now can reinstall themselves with functionally Shaper now having like 6 simul chips seems kind of wild.
Yeah. I was about to say can't wait till dawn, but simul chip and Muse are both going to be around in dawn as well.
Fast Stitching plus Alarm Clock once every 3 turns seems like something. Yeah, no, there's definitely things you could do. It's just like this matchup's gonna be hard no matter what. Okay, so now we have to make a decision. Okay. We die next turn. So either we can Sneak Door. I think we'd
unless we can draw a class act.
Yeah, that's true. We only have 1 in the deck though. So if we do Eero, we could draw to Mary. It's a 2 and 25, but we're probably dead this turn.
Bless you, Maddie.
Bless you, Maddie. So
yeah,
I think we'd rather Eero than HQ.
Right, and the plan is to ideally bounce server 1.
Oh yeah, 100%.
People are still going wild for wraparound. I think we can now take that 11 and crank it down to a 2.
If Eero misses, we can still wrap around run HQ. We can't use Mercury, we can use Cupulation. The problem is like we can't steal Bologna. And this is likely not Bologna. Yeah, let's see 2. Hydra. Wraparound. Okay, no good. So now the only play is Sneak Door.
Sneak Door HQ, might as well.
Yeah, we have to hope that they have another non-lethal agenda in hand, which is super unlikely. Yeah, if Cupulation was here, it'd be good. So Neurospec, okay, we die. Tollbooth, Rashida, GG.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Wait, oh no, yeah, Mercury's only once per turn.
Yep. Yeah, once per turn, not first time once.
Okay.
Okay.
The
So
re-education.
they honestly only drew one agenda after the Spin Doctor. So there's
Mm.
5 agendas and 16 cards, I'm pretty sure, unless we whiffed on HQ. Choose a Hermes card. Yeah, I guess you have to.
Here it comes. All right, chat. Now is when you really go off. I want PC people doing the wave.
MG LeBron levels are both goated and based. You can't hold us hostage here when we have no cards in hand. We've seen your Neurospike. Just play the Neurospike.
Just play the Neurospike.
I want to play more Hermes. It's 11:15.
Yeah, okay. No, Lucille, not the wrap. We're talking about the Neurospike now.
I messed up? No, you didn't. I only had one. I'm dead. You just play it.
You have Neurospike. You have Neurospike in hand. We know it's in hand.
Play the Neurospike.
Oh, did he put the Neurospike back into the deck?
I have no cards. Oh, did you get rid of the Neurospike?
Oh, he played one. We took damage. That's how we got down to 0.
So
he was planning on playing 2 Neurospikes.
Oh, I'm just gonna. They didn't re-education. They forgot to do the re-education.
I think they just missed the re-education.
So you.
Well, but they can undo a click or something. Like that's fine.
No, I'll just concede.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work. So I just concede. No worries. Hey, no worries. Yeah, so unfortunately that Spin Doctor went off, and then there's 5 agendas and 16 R&D. I don't think they have anything in HQ. Not going to be good for the deck that we brought to this fight for sure, but I think we had a chance. I think it's hard to deal with this start. Like we need more D-res, like HQ D-res, but like threat 4 on half our cards is useless.
Yeah.
/ undo concede. Thanks for the game, eh? Summon big deal. They didn't re-education. Yeah, they just forgot to re-education. You just need a re-education us to at least 2 cards in hand. Sometimes it matters how many cards a corp has in hand, but Edward had enough. I didn't know you could do half the trigger. I cycled my cards. Yeah, I don't know what they did. You also have to watch out because it says if able. So if you do too many cards and the runner doesn't have that many cards in hand, they do nothing.
Oh, really? The runner doesn't have to. That's funny.
I've messed that up before, and it's something that you like. I don't know what a judge would do. Like, what happens if you mess up re-education at a tournament and you say like 5 cards, and then like the runner has 4 cards in hand? Like, do you still win the game, or do you play it out?
It depends if you go through the whole. I mean, yeah. If you say 5 and they only have 4, like that's
the thing. Is
at
like
a high level tournament, I think.
You lose because if you shuffled your cards and you can't prove that you had Neurospike before, unless the runner saw it. But then at that point, like I don't know what you do. Yeah, this is a deck from the old meta. It has no cards in it. This is the deck list of the week. I think. Like feels like 4 or 5 months ago. Hey, cheers. All right, let's get another one in. Yeah, I wonder if we can assassinate that deck. Hey, Clayton. Just got it from Wraparound Fan Community Boards. Where does Big Drafting? Yeah, we got Wraparound so hard. So hard. I think we also we spent our Physarum probably too soon. So I versioned the deck earlier today with Hollowman, but that's the only new tech. Yeah, people are playing Hollowman versions of it. I'm starting to think Hollowman's a bit overrated in like the normal ways people are using it to see play. Okay, this is probably going to try and kill us as well. I'll also big agendas. Hey, thanks, you too. So we have Hermes Cupulation. I think we just keep Hermes. We cupulate whatever central stays open. We don't have a lot of card draw here. We also don't have an inside job. Did Sheaf Molt? Oh shit. Okay, well.
All right. Well, we're just gonna access a bunch.
We're just gonna see some cards.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, how bad could this be? Anemone, that bad. Hansei Review. Oh wow, we whiffed. So if we hit the snare here, we die.
Your calculations meant nothing.
Uh-oh. Okay, it's not PE. We lost the cupulation. Oh, we were meant to install that. I forgot about that play. So we died to like Reaper Function. They can't afford that. I'm just gonna draw. We could die to like Reaper Function Punitive or something.
Yeah, true.
Hope you're ready. Try to sing it every deck I play against. Warm Reception Reaper. Do we die?
Oh, interesting. Wow, interesting. What does this do? What does this do? Can you hover over Warm Reception as well? Like
It
that's
stalls a
a
card.
new. Oh yeah, okay. And then
I
it
think they're
serves
just
enough protection
reprinting
to
for
make.
tempo.
Okay.
Friend of mine
Yeah.
is infamous in the MPG community because he convinced a judge opponent meant Borborygmos. Oh, I know that. Was that your friend? That's like a classic story. All right. Well, if Warm Reception's in their deck, there's something they want to do with it. So let's not let that happen.
Okay. On the side, I'm going to be looking up Borborygmos just to understand.
There's a famous Borborygmos that has a subtitle. It's like Borborygmos the Enraged or something. And so there's a card that says name a card, your opponent can't play copies of it or something like that.
Oh
and
my
somebody
god.
shortcutted by saying Borborygmos. And then the person called a judge and said, well, there is a card with that name. That's not the card I'm playing. And a lot of people were like,
it would be like if we said Doof and someone said like, well, I'm not going to play a card named Doof, obviously. So.
Or when you say like targeted marketing and then you don't say
marketing.
Sherman S3 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to say the tank. Like, okay.
Yeah, Masterwork version 27 brackets.
Yeah, the tank is a Jinteki sub ID, so.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. That came up. That was an issue. All right, unfortunately, we're not ready for asset spam. Do we Fazarum HQ? Or sorry, Debrado HQ? I think we do.
Peter, you're walking pretty far to get to that joke, but I appreciate it.
Arrive around. I think we just asked Debrado HQ, man. Oh, this is probably an enemy, so let's not do that for a bit. Let's just do nothing. Loop around.
Yeah.
I mean, loo around, sorry.
Oh my god, what if I said loop? The judge would come over and just like disqualify me from Canada. Take my passport, shred it.
That's not a real card?
Well, passport's a real card.
That's true, and they can shred it.
Yeah, I mean, the problem was I'm playing Eternal, and this is a standard format event.
Getting DQ'd from a country is wild?
I know, it's embarrassing when it happens. Yeah, it's happened.
You do your passport wrong. Okay, so
Tom Hanks was in a whole movie about it.
I think we Debrado Archives.
You think we Debrado
Okay,
Archives?
I think we Fazarum on Archives. Yeah, there's no way this is not a Regenesis play.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, sure.
Do you think we die to Punitive? I don't think we do.
No one has ever died to Punitive.
No one's ever died to Punitive. That's true. It's a Nancy. Oh.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, they paid 8 credits for that.
And we're going to jack out, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's not PE.
Yeah, but there's going to be a Fuji. There's going to be a Fuji in Archives, and we'll be at 1 card in hand.
Okay, are these subroutines worth paying for? Fuji kill? Yeah, but like, come on. We can't check the table.
This can't be the second stream in a row where I get killed by a Fuji.
So how many of these do we need to bypass? It's all or nothing though, right? It's all or nothing. One, it avoids a net damage, but it avoids a card draw for 2. I'm gonna pay 3.
What was that Tom Hanks movie where he like ends his action phase and then he's like not from a real country anymore?
I just keep saying like, please do not res these cards at this window, Tom Hanks.
No, it wasn't that one, Buckles.
Oh, that's pretty good. Tom Hanks. There's no action with it. Okay, we're checking out, Patrick. You're right.
Steven, I think we had the same. I don't know if you was that, but I think we had the same thought at the same time. Yeah, we check out. 100% we check out.
Draw. Okay, we're getting Regenesis here. It's not good. Send it Wolf too. I know, Lucille. I just want to send it. I don't want to play against assets, Jinteki.
I was thinking of Bridge of Spies.
Izzy, Iqbal, how's it going? Cohort's giving him so much value. This card's busted. We should trash it 10 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
The best thing we did is make him spend 8. Uh-oh. That's Regenesis. Oh, no, they can't Regenesis because it's a cohort.
Oh, yeah, cohort negates Regenesis. Thank you, cohort.
Yeah.
Thank you for all you do.
Okay, hear me out.
Draw.
No, draw, run HQ. I think they put an agenda on the table, though, because we've like been a bit cowardly. There's just so many assets, though. We can't even trash Rashida. It's a spin doctor? Oh, you didn't have to res that. We don't have money.
Yeah. So we run HQ?
Is turning card face up turn on Regenesis? No, but if they use cohort to trash a card from HQ, it turns off Regenesis.
Yeah, that's what we're assuming they're doing. That gives them a lot of value.
We have no money and we're checking assets, right? This can't be right. Alarm clock, yeah, but we can't afford it. Running HQ here is really good. It's just like last click that's really bad. Doing well, been enjoying your stream's content lately. Thank you. Glad you've been liking it. I'm checking it. The Hermes is just too good. Coastal architecture. Okay, so it's one of those games. Remember that you take 3 damage off the table from Never Advance Holloman Ronin now? Gotta add that to the playground list. Yep. For what it's worth, I think there's worse things than Ronin. But Holloman Ronin is a deck that I think needs to be looked at. They're just slow advancing this. What is this? This is an agenda. Is there Fuji on the table? Patrick.
Is it a Project Beal?
Oh, it's a Ronin.
Okay, I guess it's a Ronin.
What did we die to?
And then what follows this?
What follows? Blood in the Water? YRH? Mindscaping? That doesn't do anything.
But we don't have any tags. It was just a value Ronin?
Yeah, they've value damaged us before. Like, this is what I don't like, when your deck is like value grinder.
I like value damage. I didn't think it was really good right now at all because of like Ashen Epilogue.
Well, if you trash Ashen, you win.
Yeah, and that's a bad draw.
Yeah, but do you know what you do with bad draws?
You turn them into hit points.
Send
yeah, exactly.
Down the.
Oh, Angelique from hand for the execute. Interesting.
Yeah, but you have to hit threat. Oh, we're on threat. I'm red. Angelique's like 3 influence.
Yeah, I give financial advice. General life coaching. Like, honestly, I'm underappreciated in my time. Huh. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh man, this Mercury stream's been really good, huh? Now we're gonna die to like double mindscaping.
Yep.
They have cohort money. God, cohort is so good. Why didn't we just like play fundamentals and trash this? This deck sucks unless I lose against it. Then I'm scared of it. So they can res a hostile. God. I don't think it matters. We just keep our hand up. I don't care.
I guess so.
Deck needs econ.
Not
fundamentally, deck needs a lot of things. Like just tempo damage.
It's a grinder, and they're making just constant money because we haven't like
dealt with their money. Yeah. If we didn't give them 4 credits a turn, that might be something.
They're actually on 5 credits a turn.
Yeah, but we can't stop that 5 credits. I think we should have checked archives. Res of the 1/2 as it Andre does nothing. Yeah, but at this point we're so far behind that we cannot do anything about it. We just have to like send it centrals and hope. Cohort is wild good. Yeah, cohort is really, really good. So we saw one Anansi in hand.
Jeitinho got 2 great econ assets this set. It's really turned them around up for me.
Fuck.
God damn it.
I think all their eyes is Anemone and
Andre, I'm not sick. I just want to let you know right now. I'm not sticking around for another game after this.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, all right.
25 HP left. No, we'll die sooner than that. We die to a lot of things. Res Charlotte,
There's
cool.
Definitely more snares in there. Why are we resing Charlotte now?
So we can't bounce it with Hermes, so they can cohort Charlotte.
Okay.
Reaper, Bacterial. Okay, now we die.
Yeah, now we finally
dead. Jeitinho did get some of the best cards in the set, and a lot of the cards they got were generalist good. Yeah, the set has way too many assets on it that are too good. That being said, they do cost 2 credits. What's the other good Jeitinho econ? Charlotte, cohort.
Yeah, Charlotte cohort are pretty good.
Yeah, so we're gonna die now. That's okay. They have to draw into 2 mindscaping or 1 punitive.
What are the chances?
What are the chances when they have only 16 cards? Don't take my assets from me. It feels like assets are better. Oh, wait, we can draw a card here. I think we have to win this turn, Patrick.
Yeah, do we run HQ?
I think we run HQ.
Or we run R&D again.
Oh, so what did Bacterial do? Well, if they put one on top of the deck, we don't. But I think you're right. Running HQ is a play. Yeah, the chat log doesn't tell you what Bacterial dud.
Yeah, honestly, this deck is kind of a dud on like the wraparound scale. Like right now we've seen 0 wraparounds. We're assuming they're on like 2 to 3, but like why not play them?
It's one
Right?
influence, right? You can play 5 of them, really.
Yeah. Yeah, you could easily, yeah.
All these good assets make me nervous. Asset spam was already too good before the set. I don't know if it was too good before the set. Technically it was, but like the imp decks were keeping him in check. Oh, sure. But where did you put how many cards? The log doesn't say. Any...
How many on top of RD?
Exactly, yeah. If they put 1 on top of R&D, we don't run R&D.
No, of course not.
If we had 1 more card, we would run archives.
Yeah, for sure. That'd
be great. No, we'd also need another card or another credit because we just fire Anansi. We just needed to have at least 4 cards or 3 cards and 2 credits.
Why 2 credits? Oh,
so
right,
because
we want it. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to draw. I don't need to show what I saw. No, of course you don't. When I put an HQ, I put 4 in HQ and range the other 3. Oh yeah, yeah. You don't have to say the cards. But 3 went on back of already. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna send it HQ.
Yeah, and we're.
This is also another deck that's probably only running 3-pointers, right? Like that's the problem with assets. It's like if your assets are your game plan, your agendas are usually not your game plan, and that frustrates me. Reaper, okay. So we died punitive anyways. We could have in theory like dieseled and then hope that they didn't have double punitive. But they also have 2 cohorts. I guess they know the top of their deck, so we're probably dead anyways. Yeah, Miss Bones would have done a lot here. They also have Charlotte. Like they have so much draw here potentially. They can draw 3 cards before the start of the turn.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
I mean, Charlotte wasn't advanced.
And they even de-res a Spin Doctor. They can draw like 6 cards. Yeah, but they can advance Charlotte cohort.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Wait, but the sequencing works like Charlotte.
Yeah, we're gonna die to Ronin here. Ugh. Yeah, it's like it's not about agendas. It's just about assets. Good game. Yeah, that's brutal, man. Obviously, like a Miss Bones means that this deck probably doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't know, assets. It's
the important thing is that we assassinated once.
Patrick, I'm not done with this deck. I have to keep going.
Oh my god, no. Yeah.
Do you want to call it though? I'll play one more game.
I'm gonna call it tonight.
Yeah,
I've had a great time and all. I just need to take care of my sinuses and what's going on in my head. Yeah.
Thanks for joining, Patrick.
Of course, I'm always happy. Sleep is for winners. And good night, everybody.
Good night, Pat.
Bye.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna hide you, Pat. You can probably still hear me. I need to do one more with this. I am which one of these is right? Okay, that's it. Okay, perfect. I'm doing one more. Maybe this is disrespectful for Patrick, but I just want to play this into the HB deck that I want to play this into. Y'all are such fun together. Thank you, Bean. My friends tell me I'm addicted to brake fluid, but I can't stop anytime I want. But I can stop anytime I want. Yeah, I did that totally wrong. Very good. Hey, Dan. I shouldn't have played another game. You know that sort of thing, like we'll play until we lose a game? Immediately in bed? Thanks, you too. Might be disrespectful to Patful, who wants disrespectful towards me, who wants to see another game. So it's a Smari again. Probably 6 agenda points, Neurospike. That's cool. This hand's good though. You should have said, I just want to play this into his Mari deck. Yeah, I know. I trying to slowly give you PD. I saw you there. I'm pretty sure that you were gonna go for give us what we wanted. So ideally we diesel into, I think it would have to be a sure gamble because installing Hermes, like, okay. So this is probably not gonna work. It sees 3, which locks a deck, but we can't steal Bologna. So if Funkyman's on like 4/2s for some reason, this is something. But like this is the punish, right? If you play one more, you face PD, right? Yeah, we can only hope. We did finally get our Mercury down, or sorry, our Pretty down. So 3 cards, wrap. Oh, the game is over. The game is so over. Bro, we just went to such a HQ. It's wrap. It's wrap around. The game's over. Oh, the chat goes wild. Patrick, help. And that's a wrap. Yeah, I know. Okay, there's a Hydra too, though. The thing is, like, we need money because we need Bologna. So that could be a Hydra or a wraparound. If Funky Man throws out the wraparound. Concede because wrap. I know. Oh no, this is so bad. Click 3. Or sorry, 4. Now there's a magnet, which if that goes on HQ, we're upset. Predictive. Okay, new cards. Game ended for Andre, but it began for me. Oh, this is so bad. This is the sort of matchup where like I'd feel okay playing slow Sebastian. Oh, I don't need to wear those. Playing slow Sebastian here would be fine. 17 credits. Okay, don't worry. We're gonna put pressure on. This deck needs more Docklands Pass. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. Is our game plan throw centers like credit inside job? I think it is. You probably still res the ice so that you don't get bounced. The top of R&D is fresh. Like if we get a bounce here, we can win the game. Don't think about it too much. Window? Window doesn't really do anything because we want a window into res dice. You don't want a window into D. Oh, that's fine. Oh, that's great. C2. Hollow Man. Time to concede. I honestly think if Funky Man pays 6 credits for a seamless launch, we're pretty happy. We need to keep Bologna money. Oh, that's so good. Oh, this is going to be king making. This actually has a lot of points in it. Now we run R&D. We see 2 more cards. Oh, why is it asking for Mercury? Spin Doctor. Allowed to access. Okay, that doesn't work the way I thought it did. Allowed to access. Okay. Not good. Not good. Don't worry, we can window opportunity the ping. It'll be sick. At least we can Melandra Gem the ping. And this deck actually can hit threat for a Spin Doctor. Would security testing help with the credit issue? No, because they should ice up everything. Like, we'd be better off playing just any functional economy card. Oh, not one that requires us to have a run. Heaven forbid they ice things up. What just happened allowed? Yeah, because we're not allowed because we use Mercury on HQ. It's once per turn. So pretty only works with Mercury if you haven't Mercury, yeah. I need to run server 2. There's a chance that Funky Man lets me trash this. There's 2 cards in here though. I wonder if he's slowing down. Like we're putting some pressure on. The problem is we don't have economy. Please don't make me trash this thing. Thank you. I couldn't afford that. I genuinely could not afford that. It was 1 face down there. Okay, Diesel, you can have 2 credits. Accumulation should be a 3 of. It makes any access like a fair bit better when we steal a card from them. Install Mal and run R&D. Nah, it's a Hydra. It's very likely to be a Hydra. This is probably maybe the Hydra here, but we know that they have Magnet, Hydra wraparound, and Malandrogam only beats the Magnet. There's no way this is the Magnet. Actually, Alarm Clock is pretty good there. Yeah, we'll play Alarm Clock. Like we don't have money for Bologna, but the deck is only on 3 Bologna. Only 9 points. Only half the agenda points are Bologna. You know what we should be on? Fermenter. Or in 2008 economy. So this is also like the problem is like the game slows down where people ice up centrals. Like at least Funky Man's pushing here, but it also grinds the game down where like if you don't win quickly as a sort of like cheesy Mercury, you lose slowly. And I feel like that feels probably pretty bad. We can't afford Nuka. We couldn't afford Earthrise though. Not sure what's in the remote server. There's the Magnet. Okay, so that's a Hydra wraparound, I'm assuming. Nope. Melandra Gem is also once per turn. Okay. That means if we draw Fazarum, we can probably see 3 on an R&D at the right time. That might be something. I think the deck's on 3 seamless launch too. That's maybe is the Hollowman. I'm gonna click to draw a lot. I don't need the Nuka. Mala's every encounter, not once per turn, I think. No, uses ability only once per turn. That being said, you can use both if you're on threat 4. You can do the bypass for power counter and then remove from game. That's not once per turn, but the bypass is once per turn. It's just like the power counter bypass. NSG always hides the like once per turn later on in the card, unfortunately. I remember hearing somewhere that runner deck was supposed to be 50% econ, but I can't remember where. Jordan, that must have been a wise telling there. Make it run an HQ? No. We're 50% econ, right? Cupulation is an econ card. I keep forgetting I have to pay credit for this too. I'm definitely going to run HQ with no credits at some point. All right, so we draw Eru, we win. It's that easy. This is definitely a 6 credit seamless launch. Yeah, Inside Job's an econ card, for real. Like, Funky Man has to pay 14. Do you know Kappa Bar actually would be really good against these big ice decks? Draw. Okay, so if this is a wraparound, we Fizerum it. We look really, really silly, but I think all we have to do here is get our money up. We'll install Cupulation because it's a nice thing to have. But now the deck also runs like Piranhas, probably. If this is like sort of like the QTM king making superconducting hub decks, but it could be Funky Man's on brew too. Now, admittedly, we could have done install Melandregem, run HQ. I think Melandregem, run HQ here is actually pretty good. Cupulation, can we steal from... Oh my god, we can steal Cupulation from archives. Wait a second. The problem is money. But if we run archives, we can Cupulation steal something. And then we have a window. We just don't have money where we could do Melandregem, Inside Job, HQ. Because then we bypass that. We see the whole hand, basically. We just need Bologna money. So I'll run archives and steal something. By steal something, I mean like physically cupulate, steal something. Can I cupulate? It costs a credit? Why does this card continue to cost money? It costs 3 credits to Inside Job with this thing. I always forget that these abilities cost money. Obviously, we don't have money, so that's pretty bad. But that's brutal. So that the problem is though we have to Melandregem Inside Job, which costs 7, and we need 5 more credits. So it's another turn of clicking for 5. Now Funky has an agenda. Is he going to push in the remote server? Because if that's the case, we can also like Fizerum. Yeah, I think we charge the remote server now. So the deck is on, I think 10 agendas? It's only 18 points though, so maybe it's on 9 agendas. But it's on 3 king making, 3 superconducting hub, a tomorrow's headline, and then probably only 2 Bolognas. Melandregem to use on an alarm clock run. Yeah, if we did that, Funky Man might have iced up though. I don't think we want that. It actually probably would be better to steal them a virus. Okay, so can Funky Man pay 6 to fast advance out a king making? Fast advance, seamless launch, plus a click left, maybe. So if that's the case, we need to be aggressive. How do we be aggressive? We just Inside Job server 1 and force 2 ice reses. On average, what does 2 ice reses cost? Would prepaid voice pad work well in this deck given all events? I think it's too slow. We're not playing an event every turn. That we'd be better off with most any other economy card. Like obviously it's influence, but like Mystic Miami would be a bit better because we generally play events every 2 or 3 turns, right? So we're not losing value on any turn we don't install it. But I think just like any econ card, like even a no free launch would honestly be okay for us. Yeah, I think we might want to check this. It's already iced up the inner. Ice is unsaleable. It's a wraparound. I think the Adamus is wraparound. So I think we Inside Job server 1. This is definitely a Hollowman. If Funky Man spends a lot of money on this, we're okay. Unfortunately, if we spend a lot of money on this, we're not okay. Funky Man raises a Hydra on server 1, we're okay. We also could consider drawing up to like play around Piranhas. There's a Hydra. We just Inside Job the Hydra. Feels good. Show me the wraparound we can't beat. Show me the wraparound. Yeah. It's unbeatable. At least we Inside Job the Hydra. That's kind of sick. Okay. That's good positioning too, though. Like if we Fizerum this, we can't Fizerum Inside Job. But wraparound is definitely got our number today. That's again why the Decklist of the Week has Tycoon in it. Just exactly for this card, which we've seen in like every matchup. Now Funky Man pays 6 and we Hermes. I think we're in an okay spot. So let's just get ready for the Hermes. We can Bravado HQ for 3 credits, but gives Funky Man a couple credits. That's not good. I think we just keep money up. Woo, wrap around. We gotta take one game with this Mercury pile. Holloman. 3. And Seamless. So it's a Blona with a bounce. Wow, Seamless and Holloman. So we think this is a Hydra. Keys Abney, can't wrap my head around it. So that cost a lot of money to fast advance. Luckily it was a Bologna. So here we should flush HQ. I think we have to flush HQ here. So if that's the case, we just do Melandric and Estebrado. 1 Bologna's out. I think the deck is only on 2. I think that's the only play we have. So this is 4, 5, 6. That means we can cupulation. Okay. Can't say I love it. We actually might have wanted a Bravado first, just for 3 credits. This will Estebrado. The answer to everything here is yes. Whatever it asks us, we're going to say yes. 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 No. No. Yes. Yes. All right. Well, Bologna's a problem. We can't marry here, unfortunately. But we're at now Melandrigem threat. Like, this is what we had to believe in. That's pretty good. Pretty Rashida. Okay. Well, that's the issue when you play this many superconducting hubs because you want king making to do something. It can be a bit inconsistent. And now we actually can threaten just like inside job Melandrigem. And we can see 3 on R&D. But it hurts to see what does. Mercury doing Mercury things. That was cupulation mostly. So welcome to chat. Open HQ for 2 points. Could have gone better for us. But that's the one agenda you hold in your hand you probably don't score at. That being said, you can like fast events at Superconducting Hub for 5 credits. That's probably the Rashida. It's probably the ice we bounced. What else did we see? Mesney. Okay, we saw Mesney. So 2 ices back. So Rashida's going to fire. If only we had a pinhole. We could run HQ again. We want to do it after the Rashida, but probably the Rashida card goes in server 1. So now we just want to draw into an inside job and Estebrado. We need to get our money up. Sneak Door is really good. Do we Bravado HQ? Just to be up on 6 credits. Does Funky Man having 2 more credits? It's going to be on 18 next turn. I think we do. I think we just need to have Bologna money. How's everyone making the king successful? I ran 10 games, only made once. A lot of people are doing it in like weird combo decks. Whoa. I want to do neither of these. Is neither an option? Oh, there you go. In these sort of decks, like you just have to have a lot of money. Like the fact that we can't deal with a Hydra wraparound server on turn 10 and don't have pinholes, like that's on us. I think the card is a bit overhyped, but I think the decks in which is good. It's not the vanilla decks, right? Like Funky Man functionally paid 6 credits for a wraparound, or sorry, for a seamless launch we could trash, which I don't know. Clearly we're losing to it, but you know what I mean? I think it's really good in op. It's obviously really good in op combo. I think there's gonna be some poisonous combo decks that are coming up. It's good in like re-education combo. I think you can probably do some good things in Jeitinho with it as well. But I don't know. I feel like the vanilla use case is like super comparable to seamless launch. Maybe the fact they can play more than 3 seamless launch or something. Melandrigem plus window for Zerum seems good for a desperate remote run. Yes. We could run this. The problem though, that's the Holloman thing, is like this could be a Bologna. No matter what the next agenda the Funky Man's going to score out, unless it's the one tomorrow's headline, which I think is in the deck, is going to put him on game point. And then the Holloman will close the game in 2 turns. Like that's the big thing about Holloman is it's expensive, but on the turn you win. The cost doesn't matter. King making seamless launch seems some play in startup, an official format that exists. A QTM was playing it. I think they said it specifically doesn't seem like the best deck, but it's kind of fun. Okay, so Rashida drew. This is probably a Spin Doctor. I think our play is run server 3, hope a Spin Doctor gets rezzed. It might actually be another Hollow Man. But if that's the case, you put it on anywhere else, yeah. I can't believe it didn't occur to me, Hollow Up. Yeah, Steven, not only is there combo decks, the fact that you can just like produce it by purging them a virus, and then nothing was installed from HQ. So unfortunately, we can't beat Bologna. But this is what we got. We can make 2 runs. If people Ice of Archives, our whole deck falls apart because our good cards are from Sneak Door. Oh my god. Like, we can win here. What was in the remote server? It's not Hollow Man, that's for sure. It's probably Rashida. I think we trashed that. But now Funky Man has ice. So this is exactly where things get scary, where like now for the rest of the game, if we have an Estebrado, we can run our DC3. Like, this is what we're playing around. Obviously, the deck has no economy. I think we definitely should have Fermenters, just because on one install, if the core purges, we're happy. And like, maybe it's bad because of Fizzarum, but I feel like we've been using Fizzarum weird. Yeah, the Spin Doctor there is like a tricky. Spin Doctor on the runner's turn, like, yeah, there's some good reasons why you want to do it, but also can be ugly. Now they have the score out of Bologna and a Kingmaking, I think, because Kingmaking has no more targets for the whole deck. It's now just a blank 4/2. Besides it draws 3, that's kind of nice. You still have to discard at the end of the turn. It's not. Yeah, now the ice on Archives, right? No. That could be an agenda. If the Rashida fires, then we go HQ. So we just need to get Bologna credits. Oh, Iru. That's very good. Let's just get credits. Yeah, the deck just doesn't have money. We're losing like 3 or 4 whole turns clicking for credits. Sad. No more king making. Yeah, there's no more king to make. That's a bummer. It's a fun card. I can get a bunch of options that you can use this. Uh-oh. Seemed good. Now you can jam and win the next turn. I am scared of this. It gives you a click to play around. King making draws. Wait, it's up to 3? Oh, I didn't know it's up to 3. That's kind of cool. So the question is, what do we bounce here? It's probably the Archives Ice. Because we can do... Because like now, Funky Man can threaten to win next turn. Oh, actually, no, probably not, unless he has a Tomorrow's Headline in hand. Because if he has a Tomorrow's Headline in hand, he installs, he pays 4, he advances. We lose to that. But if he has a Bologna, he can't seamless it. He can't do anything with it. If it's a king making, he installs, he does 2 advances events, he can't win. So the one card that he wins with, and mind you, he only has 11 cards in R&D, he's only playing 44, is Tomorrow's Headline. So our options are run, HQ, double click through Magnet, Melandra Gem the ping. Iridice top 4. Yeah, that's probably better. The problem is like whether we can respect Bologna or not. Iridice top 4 seems pretty... He can FA 3/2, yeah, but the deck only has one 3/2. So yeah, we're playing against exactly Tomorrow's Headline. Now, if we install Iru, we go down to 2. Then we can go credit 4. We're 1 credit short. We're 1 credit short, but I think seeing the top of R&D is better than HQ here. So we win if we hit a king making... Okay, math. So say the deck is on 3 king making at 6, 7, 8, 9 on superconducting hub. So actually there's probably 3 Bologna and no 3/2. Because as soon as you play 2 Bologna, you're playing 6, and as soon as you're playing 3 superconducting, you're on odd. Only 2 Bologna, 1 king tomorrow. I don't think it actually lines up like that, right? Like, so the math is if you're on 3 king making, which I'm assuming you're on, that's 6 points. Then if you're on 3 Bologna, you're on 15, and 3 superconducting takes you to 18. So the fact that you're playing on 3 superconducting incentivizes you to play an odd amount of Bologna, because otherwise you're playing 1 more point than you need to. Maybe the deck does do that. Maybe it's on 19, but if it's on 18, it probably doesn't have a 3/2, right? Weird not to put Beal in a hollow deck, but seems plausible. Yeah, it's because this works well together. But I think there's a chance the deck, because of the add up to 18, doesn't have Tomorrow's Headline. And if that's the case, that means the deck has 2 Bolognas and 1 king making, which means we should just get our money up. Just because we want to make an axis. So I think we just click 4. There's a small chance we lose to Tomorrow's Headline here. But I don't think the math makes sense unless Funky Man's playing 19 points. Did we just lose? No, we don't lose. Okay, cool. Okay, so what can we do? We can do Iru. We're down in 16. We run. We Melandre Gem. Then we have 1 credit to install on this if it's a magnet, and then we can sneak door it. I think that's the best we have. This might be. We haven't seen piranhas yet, but Iru actually sees like, what is it? 4 or 5 cards? 4 cards, I think. Mercury sees 1. Iru sees 2. Pretty sees 1. It's a lot of cards. We see half the deck, I think. Valley Capacitor, now you're tagged. Just yeah, we still Melandre Gem it, but yeah, Capacitor would be okay. No further action. Wow, that's sick. So that means that HQ is probably safe. We also can still run server 1. Okay. Iru, Mercury, yeah. Yeah. Wrap. You'd hate to see any other card there. Planogram. Messagesso. Planogram. Oh, get out. Not what I wanted. That's pretty bad. Oh, that's pretty bad. So this is likely a Bologna. So the question is, can we get into the server with Bologna credits? What could we do? For Funky Man to score out, he probably only needs 5 credits because he probably has a Seamless in hand. Window for Zerum remote server. If we do that, we don't have Bologna credits. I think we're a credit short. Do we think 3 in the bin? There's a chance. There's a chance it's in the bin. More math. So we need to get into this remote server to have 5 credits, right? So Melandre Gem is free. So we have to break Hydra. So if we do credit, we're on 7. If we window, we're down to 6. And then we're down to 3 because of the Hydra. So if this isn't the Bologna, that's what we're betting. Credit for Zerum does it? No, it doesn't, does it? Credit 7. But then we can't install it, right? Yeah, I don't think it does, Tron. I think we're slightly short. I think we're like 2 credits short. Because if we do credit, we're on 7, 6, then we're 2 credits short to Fizzarum this and respect Bologna. Corp just re-res on the remote, surely? Oh yeah, for sure. But that's why we installed the Fizzarum, right? Like we window opportunity, which allows us to install a piece of hardware program. We install the Fizzarum. So we can always do this last click because like clicking for a credit doesn't matter. So things we can do, we can sneak door. So we can definitely check the remote server and we don't need to do this click because we're going to lose anyways if it's a Bologna. So then our options are either checking archives, checking HQ, and then it comes down to whether it's not a Bologna. I think it's a Bologna in server 1. It could not be. I was thinking Fizzarum on the wrap. Oh, you can't Fizzarum with the wrap, right? Because it's a barrier. Yeah. You cannot bypass barriers with this thing. If we can't see a Bologna, we could trash Holloman. That's true, but I think Funky Man probably has double Seamless in hand. Maybe this deck doesn't have multiple Seamless, but like all the influence we've seen so far is Seamless, and it was shuffled back in. So if we trash the Hollow Man, you're right. That's a good thing. Imagine he had Banner. It costs like 7 credits. I don't think we can have Banner. Like it costs like 7 credits. What does it cost to break your first ice with Banner? 6? 6. Like pay 6 to deal with 1 barrier? No, thank you. Please some money to res and trash. Yeah, Funky Man can res this for 10. It's no big deal. Because I'm assuming this costs at a minimum 6, at a maximum 6, at a minimum 5. So the question is whether we think it's in archives. I think there's a chance that Funky Man threw it into archives. Oh man, it's credit window and the Fizzarum goes on wrap. You have Melandre Gem for Hydra. You cannot Fizzarum barriers if it's not a barrier, right? I think that's an easy thing to miss. I like the design on this as much as like I don't like bypass on a stick. The fact that it doesn't beat barriers is cool. This one could also be the 3rd spin protecting archives. Yeah, it could be. If that's the case, we'd want that to be a thing. My money's on HQ. I think we play around this being the Bologna. I'm going to sneak door. If it doesn't work, I'll run archives. Shoot, silly text always gets me. Yeah, I know. It's a subtle one for sure. Fizzarum hates barriers. Yeah. It finds a way, just not a route, just not through walls. Okay. Now we're talking. So this was on the sneak door he was rezzed. That's very interesting. Because obviously we can bypass it. So This is interesting. It is like a little chess match we got going on here. So hear me out. We bypass this. We CHQ. If we don't bypass it, we take another tag. Oh, actually, no, we die. We have to bypass it because we're tagged. Okay, so there's not a question. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get rid of this Blender Gym. Cool. Yeah, we die because we're tagged because it does 3 net damage. So single from HQ. I think the deck needs more Docklands passes. You tagged? Yeah, very much so. There's the Piranhas. Okay. So now we actually can window opportunity this Hydra. Oh, no, we can't because we can't beat the... We have to window opportunity the Wrapper. No, that doesn't make any sense. So our only place window opportunities are archives. Oh, it's so messed up. They can't re-res? No, our only place window opportunity archives. Because this Hydra, we could window opportunity Fizerum, but we just can't get... It's this damn wraparound keeps winning the game. Yeah, this is our only play. We probably shouldn't install that there. We have exactly credits to steal Blown in the bin. I'd be so surprised if there's an agenda in here, but it'd be a sick play. We're pretty sure we lose this turn. If not, we shouldn't be using our resources like this. Damn. Yeah, second Holloman made sense. Throwing him a virus makes sense too. So I'm pretty sure Funky has it. Okay. And this is the weird thing about Holloman is, right? Like if we can't run this remote server, do you need Holloman? Can you just do install advance? Probably can. It's obviously a bit worse to Hermes, and like Holloman's been an expensive way to play around Hermes, so it's kind of okay. Oh my god, we purged the Fizerum? Wait, that Fizerum install was so wrong. Wait a second. I saw a Mav in there. If I don't install. Yeah, we definitely don't install the thing while we're running into That's really funny. Okay, thanks. Yeah, we already saw one. Obviously one was flipped up, but like that access was really bad. It's installing Fizerum. Do you have it? So we know the next 3 on R&D. We're also tagged, so Funky Man clearly doesn't have it. So I guess like hopefully he forgets about Iru. Get out. What the hell? That means they're all on the bottom of R&D. What the heck? So Iru can see one more card. Oh my god, it's midnight. I thought the game was over. I want to know the balance team was thinking with this 2 to res strength ice. Bet you break every time seems way above curve. A card installed in server 1? What the hell is that? What do we see on R&D? Why is the chat box this small? Is it because of this log? How do I destroy this log? This log is ruining my chat log experience. So it's wrap, planogram, Messney, planogram. So we don't know what this is. Ah, he figured it out. Need another window? Yeah, we need another Melandra gem here. Okay. I think that's an agenda. Tell me about it. So R&D is 1 card in hand. It was just credit. Wait, did he not drop planogram? I looked at the log and then immediately forgot. No, planogram's next. So planogram, Messney, planogram. Because we were tagged, right? Planogram could have been something there. Okay, so we definitely want to draw here. That's not it. You can change the size of the log box in the settings if desired. How do I destroy the thing? Draw again? Ooh, that's not it. So now we can, in theory, like Fizerum run, but that's obviously not it either. So our only chance of winning here is... It's in the full settings, not the log box setting? Oh, okay. Yeah. The problem is I don't like opening my global settings on stream because it shows you my ban list. Like as a streamer, opening settings on stream is actually not something you want to do because any player that I've said like I do not want to play against them, it's you see their name. I wonder if that's a feature on JNet that should exist, but I wish that the players that I've hid wasn't public information as soon as I open my settings, because you have to scroll down the whole settings to save, so you see all the players that I've banned. I don't want to do that. Guess right on for Zerum. We know the top of R&D. We know the top 3 on R&D even. So I guess the only thing we could do, even if we top deck Nestor Brado here, we don't have it. So the only line we have is Fizerum Run Archives. That's the only play. It's ridiculous, but it's the only play that we can access the card. Top of R&D is known. We have no way of getting through this. We have no way of getting through damn wraparound. So this is the only play that sees cards. Gamble that S1 is another bluff and just try and set up. Yeah, we don't really have much to do it. Sneak. Oh shit, yeah, sneak was better there, wasn't it? Why did we not sneak? We would have seen 2. Yeah, wait, why did we not sneak? I don't think he has it in hand. He would have thrown it out into sneak door though. I think if he had it in hand, he might have thrown it out, but maybe because last time we checked archives, you don't. That's a fair point though. Sneak was definitely better than a single. We could have seen 2. Yeah, and seamless. It's a Bologna. Good game. Anything in HQ there? I have to make some hard. Wanted to big deal out. Oh, gross. Ugh. Oh, no. Yeah, there was another one in there. Oh, bummer. Man, we're getting so much trouble to wrap around. Yeah, we definitely should have sneak doored there. We had a, what is it, 40% chance to close the game out. Unless it was Bologna. If it was Bologna, we couldn't steal it. But I don't think there's only 2 Bologna, right? I got pretty lucky on your accesses. Funky Man did, yeah. Yeah, we should have just hit HQ. It was way better than checking 1 in archives. I think that's for sure. Because at this point, right, like where are the agendas? They would have to be in the bottom 5. Oh, there's 3 Bologna. So 1 in RT, you're on 19 points? Armada is interesting now because there are a few decks that works wonders right now, but against Lobisoma, it's useless super fast. Yeah. But Wraparound, mind you, for those who don't know, Wraparound is a reprint of a really old card, and when it came out, it was also very important. It seems really important right now. Economy mode was an April's joke? Yeah, Zoltan is an April Fool's joke that like replaces things with icons. It's cool. Now 3 Bologna, 3 King, 3 Super. Oh yeah, totally. Never mind. Yeah, that's the math we came to the conclusion that it wasn't on tomorrow's headline. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, this shows you like why the liability of playing Superconducting Hub is a problem against a Hermes deck. Like the damage we did from stealing these cards that can clump up into your hand if you don't draw them in a good order. Like, is that better than just scoring out a, like if this was a crypto crash, right? Like it's hard to tell, but it's like Hermes makes these very, very difficult to play. April Fool's features turning off iconic mode. Iconic mode is just the default state of being egg. I think if you hit it off once though, the next game you start, you don't have to turn it off again. Hey, cheers, you too. All right, we can't win a single game with this deck. I do think it's trash, but I think it's just poorly constructed. I think the ideas behind what it's doing is not like bad. Okay. It's meta dependent, but we lost every single game so bad. Some of them we played like very, very poorly. I don't think there's a way around that. But what worked and what didn't work? We never drew an emergency shutdown. Emergency shutdown in that game actually would have been incredibly important. Like Sneak Door Beta, emergency shut down the wraparound. I'm kidding. But emergency shutting down the Hydra is obviously very, very, very good. That didn't come together. Deck has no money. Window of Opportunity probably should be a 2 of. It was awkward in her hands on more board states than we thought it was. Alarm Clock is great. Dockland should be a 2 of. Hermes is a 3 of. Makes sense. I don't think we can afford Class Act. And the problem is like influence. Like Nuka actually felt bad. That probably the click compression from Nuka, like getting 2 Fermenter on the table was good. Sneak Door was sick. Eero was actually really, really good too. Cupulation is like, I honestly don't know about Cupulation. Need Simulchip. The thing is like Simulchip is really hard to play, Jam, because we can't fire it whenever we want. Like the only way that we can intelligently use Simulchip is like using it on the turn that they automatically purge. Like if they purge Fizarm, we have to use it right then and right there. Because otherwise we don't have a card to trash. Right? Like Melandragem removes itself from the game, so you can't even Simulchip it. Cupulation's not worth Simulchipping. It's tricky. Like Simulchip does come with like a fair bit of downsides. It's kind of hard. If you tried Saucy, it's great with Window of Opportunity. If you have emergency shutdowns, even better. The thing is like we don't need more money from combo pieces. We just need like upfront regular economy. Like we just need to have more money to be able to steal Bologna. We don't need tricks, right? Right? Like I think there is a Window of Opportunity Saucy deck, but it's like probably a D-Res Rubicon deck, which is again very matchup dependent. You can technically chip Melandragem to get 1 extra use out of it. Oh yeah, you can flicker a Melandragem. That's true. Off the first charge, but like we've been struggling to use the first charge. Hedge fund, daily cast, do normal things. Yeah. I think Fermenter would make some sort of sense. Even like a daily cast, Like a Liberated Account's a telework. Something that allows us to do nothing but accrue threat would be good. And I don't mean like threat. I mean like, oh, I think he's capable of doing something, or they're capable in terms of Mercury. Just play 3 daily, 3 dirty. We're on 3 daily. I don't know about 3 dirty because we're like actually not that good at, like, if they ice up everything, dirty laundry is like pretty bad. But maybe that's the point. But I honestly think maybe that's why we cut 2 Nuka and play 2 Liberateds. Just so like we have something to sit back on, or even telework. Probably the Liberateds, let's be honest. Maybe it's telework is good because we don't have money and it's easy to install. I don't know. It's also like so deck dependent. Like imagine you play against an Asa deck where like their remote servers are single ice pushes and like you put pressure on all of them. I think 2 Dawkins Pass makes sense. I don't know. I know I got bodied by a deck like this so bad, and we showed it on stream, and I was like, just fixate on that idea. Because I do think Inside Job HQ, like the matchups that we played were exactly the matchups where the sort of math of Inside Job HQ unfortunately make no sense. Like we played against this as few agendas as you can play in standard format as Mari, so half the decks are below it. You can't Inside Job those on turn 1. We played against like snare an enemy HQ PE, in which like stealing points is not what you want to do. And then we played against this as Mari, which admittedly we had to play around 9 points of Bologna. So like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not the kind of guy who plays those sort of decks. So like, I'm way more scared of this. Imagine how good you feel Ampasanding a wraparound. I don't even think we had a situation in which we could have done that. Like the fast events Nuvum decks against any crimp bypass is impossible. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If your goal is like put something behind a single piece of ice, which like a lot of HB decks, that is their goal. It's like start with 1 ice, push something. Like we can't do any, you can't, it's so hard. Yeah. Anywho, that's what we learned today. That was like pretty messy. We won with the Sable deck a lot. This deck, nothing. That's fine. Patrick figured the right time to walk away. That last game was actually pretty close. That was kind of cool. Huge shout out, mind you. We're supported on Patreon. Of course we are. And that helps us put together. We streamed now 3 times this week. We did some Marvel Champions on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. We're playing some Netrunner, that's for sure. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can find a link in the description. It's greatly appreciated. We have a lot of daily cast patrons too. I want to shout out, I want to get the name right. Ryan, who just recently upgraded from daily cast to Sure Gamble patron. I really appreciate that. The support's absolutely fantastic. We got some video stuff coming out real soon. We're going to have on the Synchron SC, the first part of the tier list will be up tomorrow at noon. So that's like in 12 hours, exactly 12 hours. So you can watch that. Oh no, hold on. No. We have to do this right. Because this is the wrong one. I forgot to update it. I was like, where's Ryan's name? This has to be a different file. I re-exported it today. This is the new one. We're running it back. And then our version should be up on Monday, which is going to be the runner side. We did the runner side first, the corp side second. It's really funny, and I'll address it in like the Patreon outro, is that I already feel differently about some of the cards that we've evaluated. And we evaluated them like a week ago, which is great. So to see the difference on it is kind of something. Again, there's some events this weekend. If you want to go play AMT, it is tomorrow night, almost, I think like very, very soon. It starts at 5 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it starts in 5 hours. Good luck if you're playing that. If you're still awake and you're watching this somehow, get some rest as little time as you have. And then of course, we have a CO in Montreal. When are you starting a Marvel channel to go with this Arkham Diner? Oh man, we're so behind on the Arkham stuff, but it's like in Canada, the set wasn't out. Oh, there's Ryan Lankin. Thank you, Ryan. The Marvel channel, like Marvel's the easiest one. You just boot up dragon cards and you play, which is actually like kind of good fun. There's a lot of people who put out like, you know, Marvel Champions content, and like people care about the live streaming of it. It's kind of cool. We have other priorities though, that's for sure. On that note, thanks so much for hanging out. We'll be back on Monday with the video, and you can see me talking on Jeff's channel on just tomorrow. Take care, eh?